Alrighty, chat. Are you ready for another exciting episode of WarHams?
And many more.
God damn.
We're not harmonizing.
Hashtag
You should have
respect.
told me you guys were harmonizing. I went
Fuck, I
disharmonious.
tried, but oh damn. Whew.
THX.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the game.
All right, hi everybody. Welcome back to WarHams. We're at the finale. The last stretch. I think we've gone through so many things together, so many adventures. But first off, I want to introduce you to the players who have made this adventure happen, to the ones who have come together with their amazing talents, their amazing personalities, to bring you the story that we have told to you today. And all throughout the previous episode, starting off with Speaker D, wonderful individual, excellent writer, playing as Braine. Tell them about yourself.
So much. Yes, hi, I'm Speaker D. I'm one of the lead writers of If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, and I'm also one of the lead writers of the current projects of Alpha Busa going forward. I am a very funny man, and I am very happy and blessed to have been here with all of you and see the end of our story. I play Braine the Skitari. But you probably already knew this.
Next up, we have Earndil, fantastic individual to speak with, excellent writer, overall fantastic personality, who has been playing Reeb Van Horn, if you want to tell people about yourself.
You know, ZoranTheBear's supposed to be brown, not the nose.
Oh!
Zing.
Yes, I'm Earndil. I'm right there with Speaker. Been working with Alpha for a long while on his show, and will continue to do so for presumably a long while, come hell or high water, but probably high water would drown me, so that would be bad. And yes, I am playing Reeb Van Horn, Inquisitorial Acolyte. He doesn't get to be an Inquisitor yet, because this show didn't get that far.
Fuck! You're making sad. And next up, we have HulkyKrow, who has been playing Captain Zedek. You've been wonderful. No, I gotta praise you, fucker. You need to sit down. We praising today.
Get him! Hit him!
Yeah, fuck
Praise the sun.
Anyway, Hulky, you've been absolutely phenomenal. Your voice acting skills are, like, even I'm jealous of them. You do a phenomenal job from the things I've seen from it. You've been an excellent personality on the show. And you want to tell people more about yourself?
Sure. I mean, I'm HulkyKrow. I do some voice acting for the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device and presumably some other projects in the future. Don't really know what to say much about that. But all in all, incredibly blessed. I don't want to sound too similar to Speaker, but I do echo the same sentiment that this has been an absolute blessing to be a part of this project. To go from people who I knew and honestly looked up to beforehand and have the privilege and honor of calling you guys friends too. It's been fantastic. And it's been fantastic. It's gonna be sad to close this chapter, but there's so much more to come, and I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with it.
And next up, we have our illustrious game master, the one who has been torturing us the entire time, but torturing us with happiness. I can say definitely that I have been enjoying the ride all throughout, like, the year and a half I think we've been doing this. I think over a year.
Roughly.
It's been.
Wait, didn't we start this in 2019?
Did we? Oh shit! Has it been 2 years?
Almost.
Oh fuck!
No.
It's getting
Oh.
close.
It's like a year and a half.
Time is fluid here.
Yeah, like it's been a good chunk of time, but regardless, like, I've been sitting with Thurston all for helping for, like, some session preps over, like, for some of the panels that you've seen, a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, him brainstorm a whole bunch of other things. Like, Thurston, you have been so instrumentally helpful on just even making this possible. And I can just say thank you from the bottom of my heart from all the work and everything that you put into this. Like, And is there anything else you'd like to, tell people about yourself?
No. Actually, thank you for that little lore tidbit. So, for those of you who don't know, Zoran and I, every session we have a pre-thing, him and I, where we go through and set up some of the assets and make sure everything's running well for the session. We'll sit down. Usually it's 3 hours of us doing that and bullshitting because we're good friends. And on Thursday when we sat down and did that, what we realized is that we have a spreadsheet we do, and like we had over 250 different little asset items in there, from tokens to handouts to backgrounds. And quite honestly, just seeing that number at the end kind of hit me, and like just what we've put into this. For those of you who don't know, I work in the games industry. I'm a developer for Paizo Publishing. Prior to that, I've had my like names in books and stuff. But like honestly, this is probably the greatest achievement I've had in the gaming industry, because like this is something that we've all got to share together as friends, something we've enjoyed, and something that a whole ton of people have enjoyed and really shown their support and love. And I could talk about myself here, but I really just want to throw it back at all of our fans who've just been utterly amazing, and just the comments, the private messages, the emails, the Twitter messages, the fan art. All of you are just such fucking badasses, and I'm really glad that you've all been here for this wild and crazy ride that started off with Zoran approaching me while I was huddled in a corner at Gen Con going, I hear you like the WarHams. It's fucking unreal that we've made it to this point. And fuck, Jesus, God, you're all great, and I love your faces. I'm getting emotional already.
I think it literally started with somebody who was like, hey, like you like Warhammer a lot, right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you'll love Thurston. He's over there. He was just, and then immediately that's how it all kind of spiraled. But also I think we could all also kind of say thank you to Alpha Busa and the other TTS gang.
Absolutely.
Like Fresh and Zegram and Trinstog and Thunderpsyker and Stringstorm. Also our artist Skelly Bean, Magnifical, who did Warham's animated, like Garrett, who did phenomenal art for the show, like everybody, like Jamie helping me out with little like website things and stuff like that. Like whole bunch of people, like just part of the gang, who pretty much just helped us test things out, look over through things, like just overall just being amazing people. Before we start everything, we at least wanted to say, thank you to all the people there. Like without Alpha, none of this would also really kind of get off the ground for what it was. And I owe a lot of stuff to him because we've sat down in the past. I've tried my best to help him out on projects here and there. He's helped sit down with me and can help me out with things here and there. And it's pretty much just been, a nice professional relationship and stuff like that. But we both, really care about a lot of stuff. We both really care about entertaining people. So for that, I'm going to say thank you to that. And also thank you to everybody who watches us. Because without people telling us that we exist to other circles, without people telling people that, like, hey, WarHams is a show that you should check out. Without those people, like sharing the videos, telling people about the show, like presenting it to their friends, we would have been dead in the water day one. So thank you to you guys. Have absolutely been amazing. And speaking of amazing people, I think this is going to be last time we're doing this, because we'll be changing the Patreon thing soon. So what servitors who are supposed to be looking after Tater Tot, but apparently failed their mission, still in the debt collector?
The list of servitor corpses that are at the bottom of the Star God summoning pit for this week include Mechanicus Inept, the Digital Demon, Volant 9, Ben Maglio as the Demon Intern, Chemdog Trout, Frederick Acker, and Doxus. And along with those servitors that we've caught up on, who've supported us over on our Patreon, just another shout out to all the other servitors who came before, who showed up in episodes or showed up in pre-titles, and just everyone else on that Patreon. That this the shout out goes to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we get started, can I say something very quickly?
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
Yeah, and I don't know if Earndil would want to also join in on this. This is kind of off the cuff, but I'm realizing that as far as we've planned, this episode today is essentially the very last piece of TTS media that will be made, unless things change within, Games Workshop
Yeah.
or whatever, whenever we come around to it. So as of right now, this is the last piece of TTS that will be produced. And speaking as one of the lead writers and someone that's been on this journey for a long time, Earndil's been here even longer than I have. I just really like to thank everyone, not only that's enjoyed WarHams, but that has enjoyed If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. This project has been one of the most important in my life. I'm very thankful to Alpha Buza. I'm very thankful to all of the people that have worked on this project, be it WarHams, be it TTS. And my heart really goes out to all of you guys and everyone that's ever enjoyed our content. That's why I do what I do. And while this is not the ending I'm sure we all would have loved, I hope that in some way this can be a nice send-off to this lovely project and a move forward to what's coming next, because we're not going anywhere. And I'm very thankful to everyone that stuck around with us. I don't know if Earndil would want to say anything. I'm sure he echoes my sentiments. But
You could ask me.
I did. I said I was passing the buck. We don't have to hear Earndil talk. Actually, we can just go.
If only Earndil was here.
Earndil's like, no, I don't agree. Move on.
Yeah, move on, idiot.
I'm giving an extremely heartfelt and sentimental statement. I'm sure Earndil, if he were here, would have something.
If Earndil lived through
If Earndil had a text-to-speech device, he would tell us.
He would tell us this on his time. Earndil, go ahead and speak. You've been here. You've been here longer than me, so I think it.
I just want to let you finish. No,
Fair enough. I'm done. I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to see this out.
Yeah, it's been something. Let me tell you, coming from the start on all this nonsense and working my way to being on a frickin' tabletop show was not exactly the direction I saw that taking. Still technically isn't, I guess. I'm still mostly a writer and other kinds of things. But it's a hell of a lot of stuff to cover in a short span. Speaker really did say most of what I would have wanted to say and such, that kind of thing. So I don't feel the need to repeat myself, mostly because we're kind of just pushing the ball down the road now, and we're stalling for time, letting people get in here, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it was all cynical, not at all.
Not actually from the heart.
Don't give a shit about the fact that we're getting.
I've been preparing assets last minute.
Yeah.
If only we have spent a lot of time working with Alpha on a lot of things. Zoran has been, he's been instrumental in helping us way back when he would stream the openings to episodes, and we could all be there and just shit around and talk after the episode, answer dumb questions about who would win in a fight, Magnus or fucking what
Russ.
the hell is this Russ? Thank you, I forgot his name because I already don't care. Owned, but that's just the thing. Is we'd sit here and we'd shit around, and we built up plenty of rapport doing shitting around. That's what we did, and that's what we do best, and that's why we're here. So really want to thank everyone who's been around, mostly because you guys have really helped out Alpha. He's been one of my best friends for the longest time. Going on, I think, 10 or 11 years now. So he's earned a lot of the good support that he's gotten. I occasionally have to lean back and restrain myself from pummeling people, being like, no, he didn't deserve anything. It's like, dickweed. We are sitting behind the scenes here, busting our asses, getting this shit working. So it's good to see that he gets a lot of recognition for a lot of the work he's done, and of course we're happy to make stuff for you. And I'm happy. I'd love to make this my full-time job. We're fucking working on that, because let me tell you, it's be a damn sight more fun than working for the government.
As a hitman.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, we know he's Earndil's up to something.
That's
Sincerely, right. we are going to be continuing to work. In fact, we're making good progress on some stuff right now. I think y'all might like it, but that remains to be seen. You just gotta hope that y'all stick around. in addition to whatever hell happens here with WarHams, which is it's a really great name for a show that is gravitating away from the titular WarHams. So,
I don't need you to remind me of my fuck ups.
If I don't, what do I do?
It's like I had a. Let's not, you know, just put the salt in the wound real quick. Let me just take this tattoo let me take my tramp stamp. God damn it! Like, fuck.
You're dead. Be quiet.
We're keeping the tramp stamp, chat. Don't worry. We're sticking with it.
No one, shut up.
We're all in on WarHams.
If the future were as clear as crystal to see, we wouldn't need photographs to remember the past.
That's right.
Also, I want to say this, and I'm gonna like tank the mood a little bit here by saying this, y'all. Don't hammer on Games Workshop overly much. We're trying to just put distance, okay? Y'all can have your individual like irritations with them, and that's okay. But just let's keep the riling to a minimum, okay? We're just wanting to put space between us and them because we've already got plenty of people being like, of course they did it for the drama. It's totally not because they just want to be secure and not deal with this. So, you know, let's just dial it back,
on.
okay?
Let's
Anyway.
So with that, I guess I don't want to start. It's like,
All right, goodbye, everybody.
All right, goodbye.
Quiet. We'll be ready for the finale in 2 weeks, everyone.
Anyway, Thurston.
On a booted cruelty squad.
Yes. All right, Thurston. What adventure do you have for us today?
All right, look. Let me be completely honest here. Like, typically this is where I would do the recap thing and I'd be like, oh, this stuff happened last episode. If you're coming here and this is your first episode, you're kind of fucked. Like, just putting that out there. All right, so where we start is at the end of last episode. A lot of crazy shit happened. Our intrepid band of chucklefucks went on to some kind of dead planet with Xenos technology, where they found that their foe Slabergo Defakabi, the 24th of his name, turning on some button that activated something that summoned some kind of screaming entity from beyond the veil of reality. And then Lorn did all of his darndest to make sure that didn't happen. Our poor sanctioned psyker passed away in the process, leaving a tear in reality that ended up, I don't know, causing this silliness to happen as a entity of the warp manifests into our reality. Lorn, our great hero, sacrificed to the Immaterium to stop Slabergo Defakabi from gaining all of the power of this entity. But now there is a raging embodiment of the star god hovering in the background. But out of the rift and the warp comes a new entity, a red-tinged demonic figure befitted in armor and brass decode in the style of skulls with tattered wings and twin great axes, and it just emerges into the reality of our material plane, shouting out one word: hate. And as it does so, in the foreground of our great cinematic image as we begin this session, we have 3 diminutive figures and a 4th incredibly even more diminutive tiny figure of Tater Tot standing under the shadow of great tattered wings as this red demon entity manifests and begins shouting its hate for the universe. All right, so Braine, Reeb Van Horn, and Captain Zedek, what are all of you doing as this is happening?
All right,
This
guys,
sucks.
can we take him?
No.
He's
Go
like
the other way now.
he's the size of the building.
Hate, he's bellowing as the reverberations cause your teeth to chatter in your mouth, and in the case of Braine, your bionics to shake all about you. And like Tater Tot stands there staring up, kind of like tugging at your cloak, Zedek, but that's about it. He is just as scared, looking up at this immense, incredible demonic entity that is staring around, and its eyes looking and locking down at the 3 of you. Its massive axes, the heads of which are the size of you, raised in the air as it shouts, hate!
We need to leave yesterday. We should go.
We might win because our speed. All right, let's go.
And like as you say all of that, the entity like takes a moment and draws one of its axes and like smashes it down in the doorway, blocking you off again, shouting out, hey, Scott, Brand, hey! And then there is a pause as it seems to notice something else, and the entity turns, its head moving away from you and looking towards the screaming green Xenos entity form that floats in the center of the chamber, bringing in the energy. And like with that, you can hear that the axe that's blocking your path is being moved up, and the demon's face turns into a smile, a vindictive one. Hate, as he raises up his axes and turns towards the figure, preparing to rush it.
I don't see any reason why we should get involved in that. Let's get out of here.
Yes, now might be a battle that we can win best with orbital artillery.
I agree. Let's fucking leave.
Mm.
And going, grab the damn child and let's get moving.
I'm working on it. He's right here.
And as you have grabbed the tot and you begin making your way to the doorway, I'll get all of you to give me an awareness test.
You got it.
Bitch.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Rolled. I got 7 and a wrath critical.
Ah, one
very
success, making me the victor.
Oh, I have 3 successes.
I went low.
Okay. So all of you hear sounds coming from like all around you, but then you hear them from the tunnel. You hear this like treading and like immense footfalls, boom, boom, coming from down the hallway, boom, boom. And Braine, you hear heavy breathing coming from within the hall. It's kind of like reverberating down the hallway. Boom.
Yes, the Space Marine! He must have won his fight and has come to enforce us!
And then the immense shadow takes form in the hallway. A literal bastion of muscle and size. It's each step it takes. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes. Yes!
And then
Oh, we're safe. Take
the
goodness.
light illuminates not one, but 2 figures. As you see Prefect Amalda, behind which is Chonkus, walking out from the shadows.
That's okay too.
Reeb unslings his fucking flamer. not at Chonkus,
Hey,
but at Amalda.
Tonkus is so happy that you guys are okay.
Yes, it's nice to see you again, Chonkus. Glad you managed to get out of that situation. Please move to the left.
Tonkus looks at that. As Tonkus moves to the left, he points at the fuck is that thing?
Worry about that later. We're getting out.
And the prefect grabs Chunkus's, like one of Chunkus's fingers, like her whole hand wrapping around it. Maybe don't go anywhere just yet, Chunkus. Now, and she holds a data slate in her other hand. Now, listen, I understand you might be very angry at me for some past events, which I can certainly understand. But you have to understand that it's very important that you are in right places at right times. That's the whole thing. You see,
Reeb lets out a puff of flame from it, like a. Not to hit her, just like threatening.
Look. I suppose I can tell you now. I'm maybe not just an administrative assistant on Fimbria, and I had specific orders to make sure you were shepherded along in a specific way, which I think kind of worked out well for us, didn't it? Meanwhile, in the background now, the immense red demon has begun slashing axes into the reforming green Xenos entity. Their shouts echoing through this immense chamber.
Yes, about that, Amalda. It seems as though being shepherded around managed to land us in seriously hot water.
Well, yes. But it seems that, from what I'm seeing, the entity is free, and you successfully stopped a fuckery. Where's Lorn?
One thing at a time, woman. We have not succeeded. In fact, I believe you will find that the massive green glowing entity is a sign that we have failed.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say failure. According to my calculations, this had a roughly 5.3 chance of occurring, which is within acceptable parameters. We can still salvage this situation. I had to come on site to be certain myself to make sure everything else met my calculations, and that's why Chunkus here accompanied me. He's been such a good protector, fending off all of those terrifying Xenos and other things.
Your calculations and lack of transparency has gotten one of our number killed and seen this situation spiral out of control. The planet was almost destroyed by an Inquisitor. It has succeeded against your so-called calculations. So you're going to start being transparent, or I'm going to hollow you out and show you what transparency looks like.
Reeb is like holding out his hand to keep Pie back.
And, like, of course, as you're doing this, in the background, the red demon and the green god continue their struggle.
What is your plan, Amalda? And yes, unfortunately, we are down a man. Lorn attempted to keep this thing in check, and that proved to be too much for him. Beyond even my skills. He's gone.
Well, the issue here is that cracking the planet open would free this thing entirely. This entire world is some sort of ancient Xenos prison that was meant to keep that thing contained.
Reeb turns around and looks at everything. You don't bloody say!
Oh, yes, but as I'm saying, we can't simply go into orbit and destroy the planet, though the Inquisitor Lord would very much like to do that. He doesn't understand the ramifications. If the planet were to be destroyed, this thing would be allowed free roam in our galaxy, which cannot be allowed to happen. So what we should probably do is put it back in its prison.
Yes, that would be a very wise idea. In regards to Inquisitor Lord Melchior, has he been blown out of the bloody sky, or is he still going to threaten to shell us?
I'm going to deal with him next. I had to come down here to make sure this situation was handled first.
So we still have an Inquisitor Lord with a much as it pains me to admit, better and better armed ship waiting in orbit to turn us into what is essentially maybe paste if we're lucky. And we have to put a building-sized cosmic ghost back in a box.
And, like, as you say that, you feel the tug at your robe. You can do it! I believe in you! From the tot. Yes. What the child said. That would... Yes. But you can have Chunkus here. He'll help you.
Hey.
Oh, bloody wonderful.
I like Chunkus. I really do.
I like you too.
I don't know how that's going to help us put the building back in the not building box. I don't want to sacrifice him.
You see, if my calculations are correct, and she goes over to, like, the nearby wall where there's some kind of strange Xenos paneling. It should be around here somewhere, based off of the last recorded installation of this type. Just give me one moment. Ah, here. And, like, presses a button, and you can feel the ground under you slightly shake as it starts to move out slightly from the walls. All right, well, this sequence should cause the platform to lower down to the bottom level. There, you should be able to hurt as the voice rumbles around her, and she pauses looking at her data slate, allowing the demonic entity to finish screaming. As I was saying, you should be able to simply press the button. It looks like it requires, for some reason, This species always like doing things in threes. It requires 3 depressions, so 3 of your hands on the button, which should reactivate the prison and put that thing back into its stasis.
Could we simply not undo whatever Defacraby did? He needed a sacrifice, if I'm not mistaken. Would it not be so simple as to undo that?
Well, you see, once the entity was bound into a body, it broke free of the prison, temporarily overloading it. But its powers are no longer that level. If you reactivate the prison, it should theoretically re-imprison the entity, and then the body should still be salvageable.
If I know what he's sacrificed, it is likely that tech priestess I had been trying ever so bloody hard to keep alive. No thanks to you, Pi. I suppose we have no choice.
No, I don't know. Why? Who are you working for? What is your agenda here? You know much about the xenotechnology. You seem to have been manipulating events, but of course you chose to manipulate 4 morons working for the Crusade rather than a battle maniple. What are you doing?
Call me a moron.
I'm sorry. 3.
You could
4
do it.
People.
That's okay. I'll take that.
She gives a smile as the green light of the chamber reflects off of her glasses, obscuring her eyes. Well, you see, I am one quite skilled at using information. Information is perhaps the deadliest weapon.
So what, you're a nerd?
Would you like to give me a scholar check, Reeb?
Sure, why the hell not? How are we looking on Glory? We're full up on Glory. Fuck it. Can I take 3 just because I don't want to bungle this?
Yeah,
No.
probably fine. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, you're dead, Lorn. Shush.
Wow, it's not dead.
Okay.
I got you an 8. Is that
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that complicates.
Bastard!
Okay. So it is a success. However, we'll add in the complication here. So Reeb, that will be enough for you to identify that the types of skills she's highlighting are very similar to the Vanis clade of assassins, otherwise known as infocytes, who are a special branch of the Officio Assassinorum, the Imperium's assassins, who specialize in destroying threats and targets sheerly through the use and manipulation of information. Now, as for the complication, you've had some dealing with them in the past that has made you less than enthused by what they do.
Ah, yes, the Vanis sect. Fabled and storied destroyers of all Xenos infrastructure, information, and anything pertaining to them. Making it bloody hard for us to try and undo situations like this simply by hand.
Well, I trust you can do the right thing. I'll look after the child. And she kind of waves to Tater Tot, who looks up at the 3 of you.
Being ordered around again. Same as usual.
All right. Amalda. That is almost certainly not your real name, but we'll go with it for now. I will trust the Assassinorum in this regard, but understand this. Not just thanks to your manipulations have we been able to survive this. If you attempt to dispose or double-cross us, I assure you, I shall become the living monument of the Omnissiah's fury.
Hi.
What? I was threatening her!
I know you're threatening her, Pi, but I must remind you, I'm the one who has a more significant issue with her. Can we work together on intimidating her?
All right. What are you?
I
going
want
to
to like silhouette this conversation too, as the literal star god and the demon entity continue their fight in the background. The two of you are like, "No, I want to intimidate this person more." No.
Tonkus also looks
Kirsten,
behind everyone.
We can't do anything about that. That may as well be happening in the next room.
Tonkus looks behind everybody. It just sees the band playing the epic music as they're looking around, going like, "Are they just gonna fucking keep talking?" Like,
I was gonna say living embodiment of that. What were you gonna say? Because you say, what is cool thing you can say? Say something cool.
I'm not interested in looking cool.
It's not about that.
Captain Zedek will walk up to Amalda while the two are bickering and just grab her by her scarf. Betrayed us once. I fully expect you to betray us again.
How did I betray you?
You
Box of cake and sausage instead of guns.
If anything
I wasn't responsible.
befalls our group, if you double-cross us, and especially if anything happens to that boy, well, I really do hope you're as good at running the numbers as you say, because I couldn't imagine the amount of math you'll have to do to figure out how horrible I'm going to dispose of you after we're done.
Yes, right.
Do you wanna give me some kind of intimidation check there?
I would happily give it.
Absolutely.
Everyone steals my fucking thunder.
We're gonna. I want to make this.
It's Zedek though, so he doesn't actually steal your thunder and gets it too.
Any complicated.
I'm gonna rap.
I was trying to set this up as Reeb having the major beef with them all, then both of you just come in like, we have major grievance with you.
Look, the fucker man's dead. He is a corpse. I need somebody else to project my anger onto.
It's the people's beef.
I bloody hate
No, seriously, I'm
socialists.
gonna wrap it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
5.
Roll your 6 dice to fucking see what you salvage here. Oh, okay. Let's see. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So for a 6, okay. Like you've made an impression with that. As for the complication, my friend, Zedek, my friend, you were pretty quick in rushing towards her and grabbing her, weren't you?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. One last time. There is a ripping sound as you do so.
No. I'm spending a wrath.
Okay.
Between adventures, High Braine has always supported his captain.
Yes.
He has mastercrafted Zedek's pants so they can ignore one destroyed complication, a session, or an encounter.
Mark yourself down that wrath point. And those stay taut. Lemurian cross-stitching prevails.
Yeah.
This is the power of Lemurian hands.
Zedek, everyone's so mean to me. .png.
That picture's there. I will post it.
Yeah, I bet you would.
It's a sticker in the Discord server.
I'll make sure the child is all right, that you return to your ship, and if you succeed in this, which I know you can, you will all be greatly rewarded with all of your wishes.
Let's go.
I do like wishes. Gentlemen, it's time for us to kill God again. So we had to do that. We'll do it again!
Just another day in the neighborhood, I guess. Might as
Just
well
get
do it while we're here.
moving.
Let us have this. Our friend's dead. Well, I guess Chonkus is back. He's pretty cool.
Chonkus
But
is
Lorn's
cool.
dead.
Yeah. Hey, Chonkus,
hi.
why don't you say something?
Look, Tonkus has had a rough day.
Oh yeah, can you please summarize like the hell Chonkus had to go through to get here? Chonkus
Tonkus
had a rough
to
day.
land down with the rest of his regiment. And then Chunkus, being the top bitch, destroyed all of his enemies all the way here. And then as he got through, he saw all of his friends die. And body parts were strewn all across. Its fire pretty much tore through my entire regiment. But now I'm here with new friends.
Ah, don't worry. It happens to everyone, except for the people that die. All right, let's go.
And so Amalda, taking the tot under her cloak, backs up to the doorway and presses the final sequence of symbols, the strange Xenos script, which causes the walkway between the hall and this jut you're on to separate. And you realize you're kind of on this free-floating piece of black stone that begins to slowly descend. And as it descends, you now bear witness to more of the titanic struggle between the immense divine entities that rage across the chamber, with eldritch green lightning raking across the red demonic form, whose axes begin to cut back and forth, and you watch as lightning causes the red demon to fly backwards. He hurls one of his immense axes into the shoulder of this thing where it embeds itself, and he begins punching with one fist as his other axe wails blows, and more lightning continues to score off of him. What are you doing as the elevator's descending?
I'm not looking at that. We can't deal with that. I'm not even gonna recognize what's happening over there, because it may as well not be happening. It's like God's fighting God. Shit, dude, I can't weigh in on that.
Hey, that red guy. Do you think that he was part of that squid group?
What? Squid? What?
You know, the evil demons that became the squids underwater? The red ones?
I mean, technically, but...
Do I look like a member of the Bloody Ordo Malleus to you? I barely know the green one.
But, oh, you mean the other one? I don't know. Anyway, look, I don't like those guys very much.
I'd imagine you shouldn't, Pi. I'd imagine you really shouldn't, especially in my presence.
Yeah, I'm glad we can have these moments.
I wish we were back fighting the orcs. Things were so much simpler when they were just stupid and not demons or gods.
I swear, the most absurd and stupid things only happens to Inquisitorial acolytes. Actual Inquisitors just sit around with their thumbs up their asses, drinking tea, eating food, and getting fat, and occasionally blowing up a planet or two.
But isn't that what you're working towards?
Yes! I don't like doing this, Zedek.
But it's so much more thrilling! Don't you feel alive killing other things?
No! This is incredibly unpleasant.
As if on cue to that, a score of eldritch lightning begins hurtling towards where you are on the platform, the discharge being reflected by the great red demon's axe. Can each of you give me an agility test, please?
Sure.
Such things might be possible.
Yeah.
I'll give you a 3, but I got a complication.
Okay.
That's a 1.
That's 2 successes.
Chunkus got 2 successes.
Chunkus don't fuck around. He's been doing his
Chunkus fucking
cardio.
crit.
Chunkus's head just swivels to the side and avoids. Okay, so you're looking for difficulty 3 here. So it looks like Zedek and Pi Braine, both of you fail. Are you happy to fail, or would you like to burn some resources, like a wrath or some glory?
I'll wrath it, I guess. Can I get some glory in there too? I'm not very agile. My ass is absolutely
that's the
better
thing.
than my
Speed
allows.
I think it's probably better for you to reroll than me, because I only got 1 success. I have to have a lot more that I need to.
You got a
succeed on.
wrath back, by the way. Bigger.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but I'm not gonna wrath 2 dice open for 3 successes.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
Spit some glory, glory spender.
go spend.
How many do you spend?
Glory spender?
2.
Right.
Well,
Got
there
2
you go.
successes off of that.
which is enough. Okay, and Speaker, you're happy with the fail on this?
Yeah, I'll have
Not
to take
happy, but you'll take.
it. I'm not
it. Okay.
thrilled with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be happy.
So like as this conversation is going on, and you because clearly you were talking about this pie, some of the lightning arcs and smashes into your side, dealing you 3 mortal wounds from Ritzvit's back and because for some reason it just has me fucking internally associated with
You
it.
haven't selected and you never got rid of
He
it.
points his finger. Oh.
Everyone blames me because I got out rich as fuck.
It's because he hasn't washed his hands in weeks.
I'm just gonna like I don't know put his token
dirty,
on here and
greasy
delete it.
palms.
Goodbye. There we go. Hooray, it's fixed. All right. So yeah, this green lightning arcs into you and smashes up your side, and then like you continue to hear the hate as the red demon bashes his fist into the face of this like strange entity, and like yeah, you see this Reeb as this like electricity arcs through Braine and sends him like hurtling down to the ground momentarily as it like scores his frame.
Reeb.
Back to this again.
The motive force is spicy in this part of town.
Oh, nice.
Holy crap!
That will definitely
Jeez.
restore those lost wounds to our.
I put Pie's power sword on the other side of him and turn it on. This fixes his electrocuted spine.
At this point, you are probably very used to.
I'm balancing his chi.
And with that, the platform has one of those distinct like ka-chunk sounds as it locks into place at the very base of the chamber. And so now you're kind of staring up at these 2 titanic entities battling one another, and you can see that there is a walkway that leads to the middle of the chamber itself, upon which is a pedestal.
What's on the pedestal, Thrustin?
The pedestal, from this far away, you can't see exactly what's on top of it, but it's like something jutting out from the center. Some kind of big button, perhaps.
That must be our final spot. Watch carefully. And with that, Reeb's going to make an awareness test to look around.
Absolutely.
Four and a complication.
Okay, so that's enough for you to tell that there is like more of this lightning that's kind of arcing around Unbound in the area. So there's some kind of environmental hazard that is going on here. The complication that I am going to say is that as you are seeing this, you are... One second, I'm going to see what good complications we have from the complication.
Struck by lightning.
Struck by... Oh, man, that would be so appropriate, wouldn't it? No, Okay. You are, like, for some reason, distracted by the smell of your favorite food. Thanks, RX529, for this complication. As the ways of hunger overtake you. And in this strange, titanic, cataclysmic moment of fate, you smell something really good and tasty that kind of makes you hungry.
Bloody wish I could have some food right now.
What kind of food do you specifically want?
He is a fan of tea cakes, like tea sandwiches, usually like cucumber with butter and salt on them.
Yeah, so you're just like grumble stomach thinking of those.
I keep telling you guys, you gotta get rid of the weaknesses of the flesh. I haven't tasted anything since I was like 6.
You poisoned us in one of our first goes at this situation, Pie.
And you would have been less poisoned if you had augmented yourself. Now, there's no need to cry over spilt nutrient paste. What must we do at this pedestal?
We need to watch our steps as we approach it. There's lightning arcing around. Better move quickly.
Is there anything I could perhaps utilize as some sort of lightning rod, like with some?
Yeah, yourself. Remember?
Besides myself,
you have the power sword.
I do have that power sword now, don't I?
You do.
Any objects nearby, maybe that I could perhaps use instead of the weapon that I need to kill?
No.
Damn.
I mean, like, what kind of object would you like to have appear here?
I guess I'm thinking like something maybe like of metal that perhaps I could like just large enough to be able to like MacGyver into some kind of lightning rod to perhaps like draw the incoming electricity away from people.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna make you spend a wrath to narratively declare that there is a piece of metal around here. Because
Sure.
Again, I never let you do anything fun.
That is true.
You're
You're gonna have to stop using that statement eventually, Thurston.
No, this is the last episode. Give me this. All right. So
Players never give you anything.
then I will graciously allow you to make a tech check. The difficulty on this is going to be 8. In order to like properly find some kind of metallic strip or pole underneath all of this strange black stony substance that is around the chamber, and like fashion it into something you could effectively hold up as a lightning rod.
I see. Fair enough. There wouldn't be like a railing or something that I could like cut off and then like
No.
potentially fuse together. Okay, fair enough. Let's roll it. 7 successes. I was so close.
Mm-hmm.
I will spend our last glory if that's okay. To roll one more.
Tonkus will agree.
Sure, with the 6,
nice!
absolutely. Yeah, and so like you manage to break off this sort of jutting half pillar of black stone, crack it open. Actually, there's probably like some of the strange like symboled filigree that you're able to carve out of it with your power sword, similar to what we have in our background art, like right here. And grab it and like take it out and be able to hold it up, sort of a high gloss brass metal, but still enough to attract it. It does require like both hands to hold. It's heavy, but you're able to get that sort of impromptu lightning rod going.
Excellent.
I will plant it in the ground relatively close to where this lightning is striking, and hopefully make this place less dangerous to approach.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of like start walking up the bridge towards the central section with the pillar. You get about a quarter of the way up where the lightning starts to really intensify and then plant this thing. And the arcs of electricity and strange Xenos energy are crackling onto the points of this object, this sort of six jutting points of it, dancing across it, but absorbing them. The remaining 3/4 of the path are still somewhat wreathed, but most of the lightning is now arcing away. As you do this, you begin to hear something, some loud growling voice from below.
Hey, what are you doing down there? No, I like this fight. I don't hate this fight. This fight is just, what are you doing down there?
Bro, it is okay. Keep fighting. You're doing a good job.
No. And suddenly, like, the immense red hand of this titanic being lowers itself down towards you, like swatting at the bridge.
No, stop that! You need to keep fighting!
As Scarbrand continues to fight the green entity with his one axe, the second axe embedded into this thing still, and his free hand swatting down at you. That's right, everyone.
Leave it to the chaos
The climactic fight of our campaign is against literally a hand.
The hand of God.
Smash Brothers.
Hand.
Yes. All right, so we're kind of in a combat situation now, as you are basically battling against the hand of Scarbrand. Who would like to go first?
I think Pi should charge it.
Yeah. I agree.
Tonkus could take the hits. Donkeys can do it.
Out of my way!
And I am going to take up the Sermonizer.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, because I imagine Scarbrand is probably big enough to not be too difficult to hit. And so I think the extra damage would probably come in handy here.
Okay.
I will charge.
Okay.
And I am going to just try to cleave underneath his wrist and maximize damage.
Absolutely.
For Lemuria, you red bastard!
Hate!
All right, so that is going to be 10 successes.
You'll be able to shift your 2 dice.
Excellent. So I'll be shifting those. All right, another 2 successes, and I don't think it calced the 4s as successes, so that is going to be 22 damage AP4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like tear into this, and you can see that this like horrific entity is like screeching as it is struck. As you tear a gash into the flesh of this red demonic. And then the hand will go. And the hand will attack you. It will strike at you, Braine.
Understandable.
Okay, so it will get a 7 to hit you.
That will still hit, yeah.
Okay, and it will do 13 points of damage, AP -2, as one of the fingers like flicks at you.
And it complicates.
And it complicates? Perfect. Cool.
You got a lot of them.
Oh, no, this is good. People hate me. I love it. Okay. So, yeah, would you like to determination that?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and determination. I'll be adding my rank, because I'm a Skitari. All right.
Thurston, you can just run the out of ammo complication again.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to do here.
I'm going to soak 5 on shock, 1 on wounds, as I'm just able to power through this. And as this finger comes down, I'm going to shift around the Sermonizer.
And wait.
Yes?
You determination.
Yes.
After determination, I need you to give me an athletics test.
You got it. That's only going to be 3 successes on that one.
Okay, so what he is trying to do is, like, as the finger hits you, it's trying to basically, like, flick you away. So the difficulty on this is 5. So if you want to spend any resources here...
Yeah, I'll spend a wrath on that because it is important enough for me to be able to counterattack here.
Yeah.
I'm in the game, baby!
Back, yeah. Okay, so you stand your ground. It, like... flicks you and you don't go flying. You hold your ground. You're able to raise up the Sermonizer and make a secondary attack.
Yeah, I'm going to take it around as this finger comes out. I'm going to quickly kind of peel myself to the side, and I'm just going to rake the running chainsword against the underside of the finger through the palm.
Okay.
And we're going for it, baby. Let's rock. That is going to be 6 successes.
So no shifts there.
No shifts. 14 damage, AP4.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you tear more into it, and with that, you can see that you have torn off one of Scarbrand's 5 fingers. And where the finger once was, the index finger now is a stump that like bleeds out warp energy. And this terrible warp energy is flying everywhere. And the complication that I'm going to use here is that something flies out of that little warp portal in Scarbrand's hand. It flies and like goes over your form, Braine, and lands like hitting the bridge and sliding across towards Reeb and Captain Zedek. And this is from Lamenter's Devastator, this complication. A small fissure opens, in this case through Scarbrand's severed finger, depositing the frozen form of a Drukhari at your feet. You know the one.
Oh, I hate you.
As the frozen form of a dead Drukhari lands right in front of Reeb and Captain Zedek.
Thurston, I roll a wrath to start kicking it until it shatters.
If you'd like to spend a narrative declaration to immediately redispose of this body, you absolutely can.
Finally! Hudson
falls
and Ariel, the world is hers!
It falls out, she immediately shatters on impact.
Yeah,
Reeb,
it's like the return has come. Reeb spends the wrath, kicks the frozen body down.
No, he's doing, like he's stomping. He's like, oh,
No.
spacing it.
Nice. Yeah, like cracks and shit.
All right, I'll mark your wrath.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so that was the hands action. Who would like to go next?
Well,
I would really rather cauterize that wound of his before it starts spewing out any further nastiness.
I'll let you do that.
Thurston, I wish
Yes.
to ask your question.
Okay.
You a question. Which would be more prudent, trying to cauterize Scarbrand's wound with fire or performing a Medicaid check on him?
Both of those are pretty fucking awesome. I'm okay with whatever you think would be best. If you're asking like, hey, my Medicaid's way better, I want to do Medicaid. Fuck yeah, Reeb.
Reeb is going.
But I want you to describe to me as like the four fingers are like now like, hey, stop that, like against Pi in the epic combat. How are you medicating?
Reeb has a thought for a moment, looking down at the frozen, now completely powderized corpse of Hatsum and Ariel.
Yes.
Reeb scoops a whole bunch of the dust into his arms and is going to hurl it at the bleeding chaos wound to try and cold seal it.
Oh, okay. So like the corpse that has been shot out, you're trying to basically use it to stuff the hole.
It's powder now, but yes.
Okay.
It's like silica dust.
Oh, that is Drukhari powder, too.
Oh, fun to play with,
yeah,
not to eat.
That's actually probably warp dust. Like, yeah. Give me a Medicaid test. Absolutely.
Good.
Mark yourself down a second wrath point. Well, no, I'll count that as part of the curb stomping led to this, so you can keep your wrath.
Yes, he was thinking very tactically. He was performing as he's doing an alchemical thing. He's like hit the Drukhari corpse in a mortar and pestle, ground it up. It's fine. She who shall not be named is going to perform admirably in this situation. I'm going to add 3 glory to this, if that's no problem.
I have no problem.
It is good with chokers.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of fish. You know what, Thurston? I'll use my last wrath to reroll that.
Okay, absolutely. Give me 8 more dice.
Okay, here we go.
Holy
Slash
fuck.
our 8d6. Roll. That's pretty good.
Wow.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 additional successes. That is 16 successes.
16.
To try and seal Scarbrand's boo-boo with powderized dark elf chat waifu.
Hatsubu.
What is this show?
Only
become?
in WarHams. Only in fucking WarHams. Yeah.
You let him get away with this, Zoran.
I want people that tell others about our show going like, yeah, man, yeah, and they were fighting Scarbrand, and he had like a cut in his arm, and they went up and made it to him by basically crushing a dark Eldar waifu, and just basically powdered all inside of it, you know, and then he was using it as a healing bomb.
I wanna really quickly point something out before I narrate what happens here. I wanna roll back the clock to Thursday night when Zoran and I were setting up the scenes for this episode, and I was like, yeah, okay, and Scarbrand's hand, and he's like, his hand. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna fight his hand, and he's like, I don't get it, and I'm like, no, his hand, it's gonna be really good. And I'm very glad that we have reached this fucking point. Yes, the Dark Eldar crystalline powderized substance gets hurled into the gaping wound of the the missing index finger of Scarbrand, causing it to immediately begin to seal with vigor. And like as it does so, what happens is that like the stump just disappears, and the three remaining non-thumbs like all readjust to take over their places, and like the one stump of the index finger is gone, and the middle finger begins twitching erratically as though it's taken in some of the damage from that.
Hate what you're doing to my hand!
It's not the first time someone's yelled at me for using a silica dust packet instead of a cauterization method.
At this point, Scarbrand's second digit will go.
Oh, that's how this is gonna go.
What?
Excellent.
What?
The reason, again, I sealed the wound is just to stop more chaos bullshit from happening from that wounded loose.
And like for mechanical purposes, yes, each one of Scarbrand's 5 digits gets an action. However, I will say that by doing the warp dust thing, you have temporarily negated one of the additional actions. So he's down 2 actions. So he's going to take his 3rd action now, which will be to try with now the second from the end finger to try to get away, Pie Braine, get away. And we will see how this one goes. This one is not quite as brutal. This is a littler poke than the first one, and we'll actually take a slight penalty. All right, roll. Oh, okay. So
He does hit me.
yeah, so 9 successes. I mean, Scarbrand's halved weapon skill is still pretty powerful in this game. As like the finger lashes out and smacks you in the chest for 12 points of damage at AP -1.
Yes.
As you're like again, there's more of like a crunching sound as this like immense digit kind of flicks out towards you.
Indeed. That's quite spicy, and it's going to bring me down to I think 3 wounds.
Okay, you got determination though. Oh wait, you don't have.
I only have 1 shock left,
Yeah,
so
that's
and I'm not
right.
going to waste my last one.
All right, so that was the effective 3rd digit of Scarbrand. That leaves us with Chonkus and Captain Zedek. Who would like to go next?
How about it, Zedek?
Okay. Captain Zedek will, I suppose, rush up and rebuff Pie to not let him get smacked to death by the finger of a demon lord.
This is a good plan.
How will you rebuff him?
By taking him away and throwing him in. No, like. Revenga!
Wow.
No. Wow, Pie, that is definitely gonna leave a mark. It's kind of ironic. At least it won't scar. Brand. Take your health back.
I'm so glad this is the last episode, so I don't know what to tell you.
Like,
My puns have been awful, really fucking shitty lately.
Zedek, you always come in handy.
Don't steal my thunder.
I'm sorry, don't hit me.
oh Jesus, yeah. Okay.
You know what? No, I won't use Gallows humor now. Fuck you.
all right. Who also
There you
knew
go.
that the last episode would be a PvP episode?
Yeah, T.
Oh, it will be.
Four
I'm
and a crit.
joining Scarbrand now.
Fuck
Oh.
It's gonna be icons.
Reba's just sitting over there, like not listening to a goddamn thing Zedek is saying because he's busy like spitting and coughing, like God, awful.
How many
Get your
beautiful
wounds back.
points of shock do I get back? All of them?
You get all of them essentially. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, my boy. I fucking thank you.
All right.
Nobody messes
Another
with that
digit
goal
goes.
with me.
Like the next digit goes, and you hear the voice of the titanic red demon.
Scarbrand hates shitty jokes!
And he will attack you, Captain Zedek.
Bitch, you can try. I will sidestep.
If you want to do me a favor and double complicate it, this one
Oh,
should have
yeah.
been as well. This one.
Oh,
do
the
two
last
of
one.
them.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been managing stuff in the back, so.
No, you're good. You're good, dog. Oh my god. Mark me down a rune point. Sorry, sorry, Zedek. Because what's your defense with the sidestep?
Oh, ooh. Defense plus sidestep, I believe is 6.
Yeah, okay, we're rerolling for sure then. Okay, good. We'll hit.
For context, for audio people, Scarbrand rolled a 3 like a bitch.
Yeah, he rolled terribly. He rolled 4 successes only, which was terrible. So yeah,
He's doing good.
But now he has recouped this and will deal 12 points of damage to Captain Zedek and AP1. Now, normally this would like cause you to possibly go flying, Captain Zedek. I'm assuming your athletics isn't too great. The complication that I will probably regret that I will allow here is, Captain Zedek, would you like to hold on to the finger
Yes.
and basically grapple Scarbrand?
Absolutely.
All right, absolutely. Okay, you like, this finger hits you in the stomach, like winding you. Please give me your determination, I guess, if you want to shot some of that.
Determination.
No, don't. It'll be funnier.
Double fail? But I got a wrath critical. Like, oh, no, it's
Okay, I'm gonna give you an option here as well. You have devotees.
Do I still have devotees?
I will allow you to negate the damage from this if you want the potato squad to come out of your jacket in one final display, taking the brunt of the blow.
They would be honored to die for their captain.
All right, so like as like Captain Zedek has come up, done his quip, stands there, the finger goes to flesh. Captain Zedek's like bustling jacket cloak opens up and the mashed potato squad emerges, several ratlings jumping in the way. Like we see the slow-mo shots of each of them flying as the finger like tears through them, like breaking them apart and sending them flying before like stopping just in front of Captain Zedek, who in a Captain Kirk-esque maneuver manages to grapple onto the finger.
Now, Thurston, I do have to ask, this might prompt another decision. What
course.
finger on Scarbrand's hand is this?
Second from the right, like basically the second from the end. Yeah.
Can I make a narrative declaration for it to be the pinky finger?
Well, yeah, you can. Absolutely. Yes, I will allow it. He attacked
mark
you with
me
the
down.
other one, but narratively, I'll allow you to get onto the pinky finger as a result of this.
Whew, now, Mr. Scarbrand, he almost messed up my coat, but I can see it's kind of a peace offering here, so I'll take your pinky promise for exactly what it is.
Scarbrand doesn't even say he hates this. He just screams in rage at that. That leaves us with a Chonkus.
Tonkus is gonna charge forward,
Okay.
and he is winding up a fist, and he is punching Scarbrand's fist as hard as he can, going like, "Alright, it's like I may have lost top bitch in the prison, but I'll take top bitch here," and then pretty much he'll just go right in. Sorry. There we go.
Wow,
And
okay.
Going straight in there, just trying to gain Scarbrand's attention.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
He hits with the 7 successes to hit.
Yeah, and so you smash into it, and you can see like one of the fingers, the second finger is like receding slightly, like, but it's still barely holding on. The last finger then like goes in response. This is the one that now has Captain Zedek on it, clutching on, so it's going to take a very massive penalty here, reducing its effectiveness quite a bit. So I'm just going to rule this, and we will see what he gets. And he's attacking Chonkus this time with the pinky finger after Chonkus comes at him. Only getting a 4 and complicating and doing minimum damage. Chonkus, I believe your defense is pretty... What is it? 2, yeah. So,
Yeah, it's 2.
So he will strike you, but will only do 10 points of damage, which I think in your case,
I block it all. My resilience is
yeah,
11.
like you're like this little pinky that has Zedek like holding on, just can't get enough force to even like budge you, Chonkus, as it like smacks into your chest.
Oh, hey, Chonkus.
Hi, friend.
Oh yeah, you're both like face to face looking at each other as the pinky is like.
I reach out a closed fist to Chunkus, prompting a fist bump.
Are you fist bumping on a fist?
Yes.
Tonkus
Literal
as fist bumping Scarbrand with his attack. Fist bumps Zedek, saying, "It looked like you could use a hand."
Oh, Chunkus,
Don't steal my thunder.
you'll always be the bitch in our book.
All right, that's the end of the first combat round. Who would like to go next? In the first round of the second combat, who would like to go?
I will, just so I can get another counterattack in case I am targeted only once.
Tactical choices!
I am going to go ahead and I am going to try and get my eviscerator up, and I'm going again for the wrist, and I'm slashing.
Okay.
I will go ahead, and I honestly have no faith in me not getting hilariously pummeled. So I'm not going to make this an all-out attack, actually.
Okay.
So let's roll.
Roll.
That is going to be 8 successes.
Oh my god.
And 23 damage. Shifting 3, I assume. Or 2.
Shifting 2.
Okay. So shifting 2 more.
So 2 more. Okay.
For so it's going to be 25 damage AP4.
You begin just tearing into the wrist as this immense entity screams out in rage, hate! And you can see that like some of its fingers are recoiling now. Like clearly you've dealt just a massive amount of damage to this thing.
I'll show you what hate looks like, you big screaming moron!
All right. Is anyone interrupting? Going once? Going twice?
To be, yeah, you're good.
Okay. Can you mark me down a rune point, please?
Okay.
All right. So this time, Scarbrand is going to use a special attack and, like, clenching into a fist. Zedek, you have the option of letting go as he clenches into a fist, or you can attempt to stay on if you want.
If he clenches if he clenches his hand into a fist, it really depends on where I am on his pinky, because I can either end up inside or end up outside it.
I think like you could end up outside if you want to.
Tactical stupidity? Yes, no?
Captain.
Do roll a 1d2. Heads.
Good idea.
On 2, you stay on.
No, always be stupid. Don't roll.
It's up to you.
What you doing, Zedek? Oh, you stay on.
He stays.
I dare to be stupid!
Dare to be stupid! So you're like holding on for dear life as the fist comes up, and like Braine, you're ready for the fist to come and like punch at you, but instead it just smashes down into the bridge, like trying to do some kind of like massive reverberating attack. Can I get Chunkus, Braine, and Reeb to give me athletics tests, please?
You might be able to have that happen.
I know.
It's not gonna go well.
Tonkus gets a 7.
6 from Pi.
I surprisingly get a 4.
Okay, so the difficulty here is 5. So, Reeb, would you like to spend some glory or wrath?
glory.
Yeah.
I'll throw 2 glory at it, but I don't have any wrath to work with.
Okay.
I would throw 1 so we could still interrupt.
All right.
Okay,
That could
so
be
you get the
fun.
success. Nice. So like all of you like are suddenly like shaken. Now, I require a different athletics test for you, Captain Zedek,
Okay.
because I need to see if you can hold on. The difficulty here is going to be 6.
Good luck, buddy.
Oh. I'm almost certainly going to have to, Actually, I don't even know if I can fucking get that. Let's find out. Oh, dear.
Oh dear. I mean, if you
I need-
reroll, You.
Can I use the last glory, but also reroll?
I don't think that's wise. I think you should just
That's
eat it.
fair.
Well,
I have 2 dice still, so I don't know. I'll re-roll, but see what
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
This won't eat the glory.
Okay. Do it.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if you can actually succeed if you rolled a.
He was going to reroll one of
Oh,
his
re-roll the
successes,
entire thing.
yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Which I will allow. All right, so Captain Zedek, you go flying off, taking 2 mortal wounds as Ritzfist backhand suddenly reappears. And like,
Why are you here?
I'm always willing to work for the right price.
and for those of you wondering, for the audio folks, the reason I say Ritzfist backhand appears is because that's how my rolls are coming out in Foundry. You go flying back, like basically like landing onto Chunkus as the fist smashes down. And at this point, like that was the sort of special rune action, and then the finger flicks out towards you, Braine, and we'll see if it can hurt you. Little poke. Full force, full poke. A 7 to hit you.
Yeah, that will hit. And,
For 11 AP minus 2.
Okay, so that is going to be 4 damage incoming to me. I'm going to try to determination it.
Okay.
Adding my rank.
Nice.
And I will soak 4 of it, giving me 2 shock left.
Okay.
I can potentially counterattack. Would you allow me to counterattack with the lightning rod?
Well, remember, you set the lightning rod.
Oh, yeah, it's far away. Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind. In that case, I'll counterattack with my my weapon, perhaps.
Okay, absolutely.
We might be real imaginative here. So as this hand's coming down and it's pulverizing me a bit, I'm rolling with it, and I'm gonna try to make him regret this. I'm gonna try to cut off another hand, another finger,
Another hand, yes.
I gotta make him grow a 3rd hand and cut that off too. Not a super hot roll. I will re-roll it with a raid.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to re-roll.
Okay.
Leading to an additional,
3.
so 3, allowing me to shift 2, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so let's roll it. Excellent. That will be 1 additional 1 because
Okay, for 19.
yeah. So that'll be 19 damage, AP4.
Yeah, so you continue to just tear into.
Wait, I'm sorry,
the
20 because
material
it doesn't count the 4 in the main calc, so it should actually be 20 damage.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, and you continue to just tear in bloodily. As like you're like cutting almost halfway through his wrist now, and just like the hand sort of recoils back as he screeches, and you can hear the hammering of more axe blows onto the strange alien star god entity, which he has now kind of turned his attention back to, but the fist is still sort of hovering above you, following your counterattack. All right, who would like to go next?
There's a lot to do here. Realistically speaking, could I get past him?
Yeah, the hand is now raised up. Like, you could run to that dais if you want.
Yes, I'm going to do that because
Okay.
he is busy.
Okay. Yeah, so you like bolt. It's a full run action. Like, you run past him. Basically, yeah, like the equivalent of a run. But you get to the pillar, the sort of plinth that's raised up in the central area, and you can see that there are 3 depressions in it. It looks as though some kind of like triarch symbol of where like almost like human hands, but like roughly shaped, would be placed into.
Looks like we will need 2 others here. Damn. Is there anything else around here that I really need to make note of beyond that?
You can give me an awareness test. I'll give you
Of course
that.
I can.
I'll give
Of
you
course
that.
I can. Why would I give you anything less?
Yes. Oh, fuck. There you go.
6 and a crit.
6 and a crit, so get a glory. Yeah, so you can tell that it looks like the way that this pillar is set up is it connects to each of sort of the obelisk devices around here. So sort of gives credence to what Amulda has said. Are you looking for like anything in particular though, as you're sort of
defenses or something stupid that'll happen when we press this thing?
So yeah, you can tell that this thing probably activates those obelisks around the edge, which would probably start constraining the creature, possibly both of them, given their position.
So we would want to be pretty far away from those when that happens.
This would actually be all happening above you. So
above.
Like
that's
underneath.
Yeah, I'm talking about where we're at. Because I don't want, like, you press the switches and like any good Necron, you fucking die.
No, in this case, it looks like this place has been set up entirely to be protected from the above fighting stuff.
Okay, well, in that case, I suppose we're safe for now then, and there's really no other issues with this spot. There's no, like, tricks, traps, anything stupid like that. No Necron, like, tomb spiders gonna come out to attack us.
Nada.
The Silent King is here.
Yeah, but not yet. That's the second boss fight. God. Way to ruin it, HulkyKrow. All right, I'm going to spend an action writhing as the hand, like, as basically Scarbrand shakes his wrist and it begins to knit. Mark me down a rune point, please. Who would like to go next? I believe we have a Zedek and a Chonkus.
There you go, Zedek.
All right. So where am I relative to the position at this point? Because I've been flung across the arena.
Well, you were flung into Chonkus, so you're basically at the same point as like Pi and Chonkus, right? So you were right by where Reeb was too. You were all generally, so you could like follow up and like basically spend a full run to get up to where Reeb is.
I will do that.
Okay. And like, yeah, you rush up just in time to see there's like the 3 handprint markers on this device.
Well, if it's one of us, then I might as well help out. And Captain Zedek will slam his hand down on the device as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to continue shaking Scarbrand's fist angrily. That brings us to Chonkus. What are you doing? So the fist is like shaking up in the air. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so to help me understand the scenario a little bit better, are we just trying to bat him away so they can press the button, or are we waiting for a thing?
Well, he was blocking the path to reach the button with the big hand. So the big hand has now been wounded enough that it's now shaking up in the air, and 2 of them have reached it, both Reeb and Captain Zedek. Braine had spent this round basically standing and doing enough damage to cause the fist to go up in the air. But the fist is also, like, repairing itself.
Okay, so Pi is the only one left back.
Yeah.
Chonk is going to take Braine and throw him.
God, you can throw me closer to him.
Straight to the button. So I was like, go push button. And then just tosses him as hard as he can to get close to his friends.
Okay. God damn it. All right, first of all, this is going to require 2 rolls. And mark yourself down a wrath point, because I see what you're doing here. The first is going to be an athletics check, because Pi is literally made of metal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Chonkus is a big boy. Like
Chonkus is a big boy. That's why I'm allowing you give me this athletics test here. Yeah, let's see here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh shit.
And 6 good enough for you?
6 is good enough. If you wanted to fish for more, there might be benefits, but it's up to you. Because after this, I'm gonna warn you. The next check you're gonna have to make is a ballistic skill check.
No, he's not. He's not good at those. All right.
Would you like to keep all your special dice for the ballistic?
Well, keep the athletics because from what you're reporting, I succeeded.
Yeah. But now you must aim the Pi bullet.
Talk to Slinky. You have faith in me, right? You have faith in Chonkus.
That is correct, Chunk Man. You and I are the weapon of the Omnissiah.
Bite shot, go! Wow. All right,
Ooh.
that's
Oh my
555.
God.
That's a 4.
You need one more success.
You got 3
glorious.
glory. Throw it up.
Yeah, I technically have. I want to spin 3, but someone just gave us 1, so I'll spin 3, but keep 1. So
Okay.
3 more.
Emperor. Oh,
I got the 1
you
more
got the
with the
1.
4.
So
That's that one.
Pi goes like flying over, like basically just under the shaking wrist of the immense daemon hand. And yeah, so Pi, you land like kind of like crunch on the floor. Can you give me what check do I need you to make? Give me a athletics test.
A flying
Difficulty is
through the air,
4.
You got it.
Don't make me looking
Oh,
at
yeah, you're
speaker.
good, you're good.
Me
7
looking
successes.
directly.
So like you like land calling back to the prison arc, you land in your spider bot mode. Like not taking any damage from the fall, just like perfectly landing in front of this dais. And as you land, you can hear from behind you, hey, 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 as the immense red demon is slowly turning towards you.
Our engines are at full power. Your destruction is our aim. Our truth has come online.
And I'm going to begin crawling as soon as I can.
Okay. So that is the end of the second round. The third round. Who would like to go first? Currently, the only one like actively pressing the button is Zedek. So, who would like to go?
Tonkus would like to volunteer.
Oh,
2.
Tonkus would like to make a narrative declaration.
Oh boy.
The taunt Scarbrand to keep Scarbrand's attention on Chonkus so they can get their button pressing done unhindered.
I'm cool with it.
Chonkus looks at Scarbrand and goes, "Hey!" It's like, you think you're the biggest and baddest? Chonkus is top bitch in this tomb, and then Chonkus will start slamming on his armor, making a loud noise. And just start saying like, you couldn't hurt Chonkus before, you can't Chonkus now. and Chonkus is gonna just start encouraging Scarbrand to not pay attention to them.
All right, I want you to give me an intimidate check. I want you to intimidate Scarbrand.
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Okay. 4 is enough to slightly get his attention, but it's not gonna be all the way. I'm looking for a 5 here, and you've got that 1 glory point. So
Is that okay with the group?
Yeah, fuck it, go. Sure.
By a roll. And it's a
there's
6.
a 6.
Yeah!
That's the way you do it.
Scarbrand's eyes like narrow blue steel turn towards you.
Scarbrand hates materium, false top bitch.
As the fist like comes smashing towards you, Chonkus.
Tonkus will look to the group and nod as he braces himself.
Chonkus, I want you to give me an athletics test.
Ugh.
Chonkus got a 8 with his athletics check, and
Whoa!
he critted.
So
Nice.
it gives you point of glory. So as the fist comes down, like you give the nod and then brace, and then you manage to grab the base of the wrist, holding it up. Holding Scarbrand's hand in place.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop that!
You doing Chonkus now? Friends!
All right.
Press the button!
All right. So Zedek's already pressing the button. Who would Reeb and Braine like to go and press
Yeah.
the button?
Can I go first and medicate Pi back to full health? Or try to? And then press the
Absolutely,
button?
you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna heal.
Uh-huh.
It's a 6. Not great, but I'll take it. Give you back a wound.
Yes.
And I will also press a button.
Okay, and then Braine, will you place your hand down?
I will raise my hand forward. Engage the linkage of Messiah! Our victory comes online! Smash.
And as your hand goes down to smash onto this device, let's take our break right here, and we'll come back in just 5.
Yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to take ourselves a little break-a-rooney.
Yeah.
Chat, go ahead and get yourselves some snacks.
Get ready.
Yeah, get yourselves some snacks. Get yourself a little walk around. And
Yep.
we will be back soon.
Get yourself
go
a
anywhere.
little bit of the bubbly.
Let's roll.
My man.
My man!
And we're back. Hello.
Greetings, friends.
I'm being quiet because every time I've talked after the break, the last few episodes, I've got yelled at.
Yeah, because you like start early during the transition bit, and then it's like, Thurston, no one can hear us yet. Hold up. But now I've said the thing, so now you can continue.
Nah.
Oh, you're handing it off to me. Okay,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good. Hi, welcome back. Okay. So, Braine reciting his SDF canticle smashes down on the final hand groove of the pillar, causing immediately lines of green energy to move out along the three markings down the sides of the kind of central platform you're on, running around all the way down to the utter base of the pit here, and then snaking up along the great obelisks that line this chamber, which immediately begin crackling with energy, lashing lightning tendrils, reaching out and grabbing the various figures that stand in the chamber, mostly though centered on the green enigmatic Xenos entity, tethering it in place with Scarbrand howling triumphantly and smashing his axe, pulling his remaining axe out with his fist after shaking off Chonkus, and Chonkus sort of falling down back onto the bridge. The red demon begins smashing axes in, but as his axes begin to impact, suddenly they stop and go through, as though the tethering effect that is caging this green entity in place are removing it partly from our own reality, causing the blades to whir through, and Scarbrand howls in utter rage and hate as he can no longer attack this being, and he wails against the confines as the green entity is moved towards the center of the chamber. As this is all happening for the three of you on the platform, the platform is now descending to the absolute base of this area, and you can feel yourself just like going down probably a good 50 more feet under these two titanic entities, where suddenly the platform like links into the ground, and as that happens, you can see there are various like thick, tall pillars of black stone here, which then all begin to burst up with green energy that shoot up to continue skewering this Xenos entity, capturing it further in place, locking it, the energies themselves forming together to create a cage around this being, which Scarbrand can no longer strike. And Scarbrand is howling, and as you look up and see this howling entity of Scarbrand, you can see that he is slowly dissipating, as though he can no longer maintain cohesion in our reality. And he looks down.
Scarbrand hates not having fight me,
and like looks down. You, and he points towards you, Braine.
I challenge you, fight me.
I'm going to look up at him.
I would love to. Unfortunately, you're not a worthy foe.
And like he like comes flying towards you, Braine, both axes raised. But as you say that, it's like you blew a kiss into an oncoming wall of dust, causing it to dissipate, and Scarbrand utterly dematerializes from reality, leaving you entirely alone, the entity above, caged now by strands of energy.
Bye.
Hmm?
Reeb is going to clap Pi hard on the shoulder. Thank you for holding back.
Character development.
Was really hard. I really wanted to yell. But, you know, I think if I don't walk away from this having learned something, then I will have failed.
Quite. Well, gentlemen, and I say this again, as I have said effectively since we started this nonsense, and I suppose I'll say it again before we're finished. Shall we get a move on?
I think so.
And so with
Yeah.
that, the three of you step off the central platform, walking down the bridge, like looking towards Chonkus, who's in the middle of the bridge, that is now sort of like locked into place in the floor here towards the elevator to take you back up. Chonkus sort of like regaining his composure after dealing with the fist of Scarbrand. And Chonkus, like as you look towards these three walking towards you off the plinth, for the briefest moment you catch some kind of like ghost light figure in like golden light of an old man standing on the platform giving a nod as these three walk off, before that ghost light entity disappears as well.
Chonkus will wave. Goodbye, friend.
And so, to the three of you, as you approach, Chonkus seems to be waving in your direction.
Well, we're not bloody going anywhere. Come on, you.
Can everyone give me an awareness test?
Yes.
5 and a complication.
Okay.
3 successes and no complication.
One success and no.
All right. So you're now walking towards the elevator, and it's you, Reeb, who you hear something. A cough, gasping, coming from between two of the pillars on this base floor.
He's gonna ready his flamer and whip about to see what this fucking coughing is.
And so the complication I'm going to have here is that the other three have reached the platform and are now like trying to study their way to activate the elevator, and so you kind of walk off on your own to look down this area. You see what appears to be a like section of collapsed rubble. Like it looks like some object has fallen here and shattered, and you recognize the equipment because it's equipment you used. It appears to be some form of medical equipment, like a stasis device that had fallen all the way down here and then like shattered on the floor. But located in it, amongst a section of fallen over rock, is a coughing figure who you recognize as being completely pinned down, and just utterly immobile, bloody, covered and damaged. As you see Sleherbergo de Fuckaby trapped under wreckage here, coughing, like one hand barely able to escape out of the wreckage.
We're supposed to become a god.
Gonna look at him, look around.
No, it's Reeb who's there.
Oh, it's Reed. My apologies. I thought it was us. My apologies.
No, I appear to have been the only one who succeeded the awareness.
That is correct. Never mind. Shut up.
Yes.
I'm shutting up.
Oh, you tell me to
Yeah,
shut up.
yeah, shut up. You idiot.
Okay, continue.
We're supposed to be a god.
Why won't you bloody die? What is your major malfunction, DeFuckerby?
If you help me, I can make you a god too. Whatever you want.
Using Medicae as a knowledge, can I tell that he may or may not be screwed?
You can tell this is like fucking critical damage. Like just based on the debris, he's not even like getting out of here. It is a medical miracle he survived this fall. This is like absolute tenacity, unwillingness to stop.
DeFuckerby, take a look at what you've gotten out of all of this. You have such incredible, powerful drive. You have caused so much havoc for us, the Imperium of Man, and anyone who dared to associate with this crusade which just so happened to coincide with your little absurd scheme. You have all of this capacity for strength, intuition, and intelligence. And you're sitting here, at the bottom of a well, half buried in Xenos bricks.
People will remember me. They will remember the name of Slayer Burgo. The 24th of my.
And he's like struggling to get these words out.
Yes, I imagine you'll make an excellent page in a history data slate at some point. The tale of a man who had every single ounce of power stripped away from him at the last possible moment because he dared sail too close to the sun. Well done, man. Well done.
He's still like sputter coughing, like he can't even form words now.
Reeb is going to ignore him for a moment and is going to look around in this collapsed section. So you mentioned there was crashed medical equipment, right?
Mm-hmm. There was, yes.
Can I take a quick look around to see if there's anything else of note amidst this rubble, beyond DeFuckerby, who is still miraculously alive?
What you can see is that there is a tube here that seems to be a stasis unit that is slightly glowing with some like residual lambent green glow from the inside, but the glow is now fading.
Reeb knows this stasis unit. Can I pop it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can just walk up and...
He's just gonna, like, kick it on the side because he knows fucking Zedek's technology.
It, like, hisses open, and you can see the preserved form of a tech priestess.
Medicae gonna give me any information on if she survived any of this, or if she's just, dead?
You can give me a check.
Alright. Roll for it, I guess. Here we go.
Yeah.
That ain't great. That's a 6.
6? 6 is enough for you to tell that clearly this body was... Like, this body looks pristine, as though any of the blemishes, anything that had happened to it, seemed to have been restored. If you had to guess, it was like the body was, like, sucked away for some purpose and then put back and reconstructed in, like, a perfect reconstruction inside.
Well, if you'd been in stasis this long, I imagine now's an excellent time to come out. Come on, you! And Reeb is going to try and just lean down and just try to hoist her over his shoulder. Presumably she's still completely out.
Yeah, she, like, there doesn't seem to be any awakeness to her, but you can pick up the body. She's not super augmented, so yeah, it doesn't not super heavy. You're able to hoist her.
Me looking at
metal.
Me looking at fucking pie is like,
I'm going to deconstruct the mostly fleshy tech priestess. Hello.
Yeah, of course. and like as you pick her up, and I assume you start heading towards the elevator, you can like
He's going to stop.
Hear the
just
sputter
before
again. The like.
He's not going to leave the area. He's going to take one last look into Fuckerby.
They'll all remember me.
Yes, I'm sure we're all going to remember you very well. I pray that this is the last thing you see. And I'm going to use this opportunity to grind my heel into his skull.
There is a wet crunch sound that Pi and Zedek hear just as Pi has finished figuring out what button to press to activate the elevator, the Necron up symbol. And then like Reeb walks from between like some of the pillars he'd went to investigate, coming with the like body of this tech priestess slung over his shoulder.
What was that?
It seems as though we managed to come out of this without a total loss. She managed to survive, all things considered. Amusing.
It's good. It's very good, actually.
Why did they bring her down here?
Sacrifice.
Ah.
Yeah, so you remember the whole business of sacrificing someone? Well, obviously he clearly couldn't get this going by sacrificing the tot. Had to bring someone else along, someone who had been working very hard to keep alive despite everything.
Well, it is a good thing she is still alive. Metallica will be most pleased to have their errant tech priestess returned.
Most definitely. I intend to curry favor with anyone we can after this whole debacle.
Well, at least it's over now.
You find the up button yet?
Oh yeah, it was the one that was pointing up. Go figure. Click.
Wow, that's incredibly ergonomic. Who would have thought they were kind of like us?
I know in the Lemuria it's completely different.
What do you mean
Okay,
it's different?
so the elevator goes up, this conversation starts, and then this is the point in the movie where it like does the fade transition. As we fade to black, and we find ourselves back on board Debt Collector. A bit of a fast forward as our intrepid band of surviving chucklefucks make their way out of the dead world, going through the ruined remains of the Xenos planet, the weapons now inert, the prison complex reactivated, taking their trusty Arvis lighter back into orbit, greeted at the surface by a ragged Belba and the survivors of the rattling platoons that landed, traveling up into orbit where a small flotilla of Imperial ships has now gathered, facing off against Inquisitor Lord Melchior's vessel, including now not just the Marengo, but several other vessels, including vessels from the Adeptus Arbites, the Astra Militarum, and even a few other Inquisitorial ships that have arrived. The entire situation is a bit of a standoff, but it seems to be holding. Zedek, Reeb, Braine, and Chunkus, you make your way on board the Arvis, back onto the Debt Collector.
What a wonderful operation this has all been.
Well, no, you know what? No, we're not gonna be sad. Lorn? Please. We'll meet him again someday, in some other form, no doubt. But beyond that, we've done a great thing. Defacraby was attempting to be a god and summon a green man, and all of that was very confusing and high concept, I admit. But we stopped it. Just us four and Chunkus. But this crew did it. Reeb and Captain Zedek. I think we have done something really important today.
I would certainly hope so.
We've done what many would never actually accomplish, and certainly that many more would die trying to do. And though we did not all necessarily make it out, we did the best we could, and we won. I agree with Pi that someday, maybe in the Emperor's golden light, we'll see our friend again, and maybe even sooner than that. Who knows? The universe is a strange and wild place. But hopefully this is the last we have to deal with that. I'm not even going to bother remembering his name. That would give him some sort of power over us. But let's go home.
Right. Looking forward to having tea by myself, it seems. Again.
Reeb,
Yep.
Zedek,
Yes?
I love Lemuria. But
I
my,
would certainly be upset if you didn't.
well, I would be upset too, but my real home, I think, is with you.
I couldn't ask for a better bodyguard, assassin, and friend, Pi. Likewise, could I not ask for a better advisor, tactician, friend, like you?
And accountant.
Look, he hasn't got a chance to do
Yes,
that.
that under his breath.
And accountant.
Yes, yes. In spite of everything that has happened, I'm still able to keep up my candor. I've enjoyed my time, much as I bemoaned everything that has befallen me, and will likely continue to befall me as I have no other place to go. So, congratulations, Zedek, Pi. We're not breaking up the band quite yet. I intend to stick around until something comes along that spirits me away for whatever reason. Reeb's gonna look out the window of the Arvis at that, because he knows damn well what he's talking about.
You can see that, and yes, as you look out the Arvis, there's like the reflection in the glass, the glass plating of the Arvis seems to show a jovial green figure patting a belly that's off screen with a ho 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 ho, Reeb, my boy. And then that image is replaced by the approaching docking bay of the debt collector, your ship, your home. And Captain Zedek, can you give me a piloting check to land this Arvis later and complicate it and murder you all?
You know how funny it would be if I complicated and got a one and just literally crashed to the side.
If you don't get a single success, you fly into the engines and you all oh god.
There's a lot of ones and like
Holy
2 fours.
shit.
It was almost nothing. It was almost nothing. Oh my god, that would have been what a subverted expectation that would have been.
Hey, Zoran. Will we get in trouble with DMCA if we elect to try and just play the choir from Gangsta's Paradise?
We would.
Very much so.
Yeah, so as you have this heartwarming moment, Zedek gives you the worst landing that you've ever experienced. It's like he can barely keep it together as he puts the Arvis down with like a thunk that causes all of you to shake around violently. But he does manage to actually land the Arvis on board the vessel.
So close.
Uploading, the servitor says. Uploading. Its head turns to you, Captain Zedek. Captain Zedek, I am now uploaded with 35 new maintenance requests for incidents that must be resolved on this vessel, as dictated by Tech Priestess Gamu 4224. The first instance, life support problems. The life support system could fail in the next 5 years. Should be resolved immediately to preserve flesh-based crew. Item number 2. The engines are currently only operating at 93% efficiency. More efficiency required.
Zedek, I hope you're making note of this, because I'm sure as hell not going to let you get away with it now that things are finally under control.
We'll cross the bridge when it...
No, we're going to cross that bridge right bloody now, Captain. Get off this harvest lighter. You had best get moving, and you'd best get started. Reeb is going to beckon using his own power sword and force Zedek out of the harvest lighter.
Fine. I'll get off the damn harvest. We'll fucking fix the ship thing that doesn't let us die.
Oh, Captain.
So, like, as you exit the harvest lighter, there's a wide array of crew members standing here, several dozen from the gangs of the lower decks to some of the bridge crew to the ratlings who survived the attack on the surface, even a few strange bloodback who somehow still have survived on board this ship, to that one guy who, like, you broke his leg and is now standing up in a crewman's uniform after coming onto the ship and taking the right turn instead of the left turn. Uncle Hej holding an impromptu barbecue inside of the docking bay, and everyone cheers, and like there's a big streamer sign that says welcome back on it, and then you could see rushing out from the crowd towards the three of you is Tater Tot, like running towards you, Captain Zedek.
It's so good to see you safe. Everybody here in one place. Oh, I'm so glad it's over.
Uncle Ransom's on the bridge.
Oh, he finally came to. Awesome. Very good. Thank you.
You better not bloody say anything to him. I don't want to continue this murder nonsense. Actually, no. Strike that. Please talk with him about that. Please stop having people be murdered in the lower decks, Captain.
I will talk with him about that.
We would really appreciate that, one of the lower decks says. Yeah, there's been a lot of murder on this ship.
Yeah, I've come to know. And I'm really actually still mad about that. We're going to have a talk, Pie.
Oh, you're mad, he says with the overcharged plasma gun already out. Oh, it was bad. And he'll put it back slowly.
All right, let's go see what Ransom has to say. Everyone here performed incredibly admirably. I'm sorry, I'm a bit shook up the landing.
You're drunk again.
I'm not drunk! I ran out of alcohol like 3 hours ago. Nevertheless, you all performed admirably, and I'm very happy that all of you are safe and sound. Well, most of us. Tonight, we will celebrate. Break out the good food. There's only a little. We'll make it work. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna eat like kings, and I promise, even though I'm back and he might have fixed the ship, things will get better. But don't expect a raise.
No.
I'm a cheap bitch.
Yeah, the collective, like, shoulder slumping from everyone.
But you will get better food.
You don't bloody pay me. I get paid.
The ratling's shoulders all go back up.
And maybe we'll talk about vacation time that I should have. But not right now. We gotta go figure out what the fuck we're supposed to do about... I guess looking back, is there just still a firefight going on out there?
There's no, like, there's a standoff. There's no, like, ordnance being fired.
We'll have to deal with that later.
You deal with that, Captain, and Reeb is going to shift uncomfortably because he still has the fucking dead weight over his shoulder. I need to see if I can wake this woman up. She has been asleep this entire bloody time, and I believe I'm finally over this.
Let me know if there are any developments. I will accompany you, Zedek, and then I will go and say hello to the tech priestess, and I don't need her leg anymore. And then I will begin requisitioning resources for the Lorn Memorial Closet.
Crackle, Vox comes on. Captain!
Yes, Ransom, it's so good to hear you.
You should get up here with your comrades immediately. The Inquisitor Lord is back at it again.
Out of the frying pan.
I suppose this can wait. It's not like she's dying this time. All right, come on.
Let's go. We'll make our way to the...
Reeb's gonna spend this entire conversation with, like, the hind end of a tech priestess.
Yeah, performing surgery.
Like, clearly the crew come and take her back to the Medicaid wing for you.
It's like, I've got a bunch of logs over my shoulder like a lumberjack, and I'm intimidating an inquisitor.
And then you manage to take the now working horizontal escalators through the bowels of the ship, directly taking you towards the Strategium, where Ransom immediately evacuates the command throne and, like, ushers you into it. Zedek, Captain, several new vessels have arrived, including Lady Catch Van Nord and the Magnum Victorium. But the Inquisitor Lord seems to not be happy. Not happy at all.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't be happy. We tried to fucking kill him. To be fair, he's kind of a dickhead anyway.
I wasn't a big...
What of the... Yeah. What of the Magnum Victorium and the Marengo?
Well, the Marengo's holding position. It seems that Interrogator Landon is still in nominal command of the vessel. They're still blocking the path of Melchior's vessel. However, well, the Magnumorum's not quite at the exact location yet. It's making its way in. Once it's here, Melchior shouldn't be able to cause any problems. The Victorium's a much more powerful ship.
Well, how long do you think we have until it arrives?
Perhaps an hour, maybe two.
Oh, we've got to play for time then, I guess. Well, what do we think? Should we try and...
How'd you go about it, Captain?
Oh, and before, I suppose, Ransom walks off, Zedek will pull Ransom back in and just hug him very tightly.
Oh, Captain, not in front of the crew.
Thank you. And he'll lean in and just whisper, I know what you did. Don't fucking do it again.
Everyone else is like, oh, how heartwarming, in his face is like,
Don't fucking do that shit again!
I don't care if you're like a dad to me. No, you're not doing that again and not on my ship.
Not even the ratlings.
No. Not until there's no more population issue.
Okay, I can wait.
How heartwarming.
Captain, there's a Vox transmission. It's the Inquisitor Lord.
Open comms. Let's go.
Reeb's gonna stand up next to Zedek for this because
Lithocast crackles into being as the form of the wizened Lord Inquisitor Melchior appears.
Hello again, Lord Inquisitor.
This cannot be allowed. I'm going to bomb them. Bomb the planet. I've loaded a whole new salvo of cyclonic torpedoes.
Well, I mean, you would be bombing nothing. We stopped it. In fact, even bombing it would probably unleash the nasty space god that's down there. Make things worse.
Exterminators! Get your ships out of the way! I'm bombing this planet! I'm going to destroy it. That Tefakapi put me in a retirement home before my time. I'll have my vengeance.
You did.
You did. He's dead.
The Xenos, filthy Xenos, take all of it. I can't risk it getting out, infecting the Imperium.
We took care of
Move
it.
your vessels aside!
Look, old man wheelchair, we already took care of it. We locked the planet up. It's snug as a bug in a rug.
What did you say to me?
Zedek.
We
You are
fixed the
making this
problem.
If you don't move your ships out of the way, you will be struck.
And he seems to turn to make some orders off screen.
Inquisitor Lord, might I please speak before we do this?
Crackles a bit.
Martian. What do you want?
I'm from Lemuria, actually.
Are you well actually an Inquisitor
Yeah, I
Lord?
did.
Excellent.
Well, actually, I'm from Detroit. But as you no doubt are aware, official assassin Norum agents may not be deployed save for a vote from the High Lords of Terra itself.
What are you talking about, Vicious? I have no assassin agents here.
You don't. But there were some present. And we...
You know what? No, I don't have the time for this.
Do you want to give me any kind of check here, Pi, like an intimidate?
I could try and intimidate. I would probably, if anything, go with knowledge or like a scholar, since I'm kind of trying to use my knowledge of imperial procedure to my advantage here.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. We don't have anything. I'll use our last glory on this. I don't expect to win, but I'm gonna try.
Do it.
7 successes and a critical.
Okay, so that glory doesn't disappear. Like he's like you flustered him. Like the information. Like,
Why are you bringing up assassins? I have no assassins here.
Reeb's gonna come in to try and help if he can.
yeah, absolutely.
Lord Inquisitor, listen to me. I may be an acolyte, but I am damn sure going to become an Inquisitor by the end of this. I assure you that. We have secured the situation down there. The situation is under control. Every lock and key that could possibly be combined has done down there. There is no danger down there. In fact, the only thing you will succeed in doing by throwing your cyclonic torpedoes like a bloody football through someone's window will accomplish is having you stripped of rank and possibly demoted to menial. Think, man! Think! The situation is in hand. That's a persuasion, not an intimidate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have anything? No, I still don't have no wrath, and there ain't no glory.
Well, we just got filled up with glory, actually.
Oh boy! I'll take 5. I'll take 5.
Do it.
Please, God.
Rule.
That's terrible. I don't have no fucking wrath.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
2 successes, 9 failures.
And a complication.
And a complication.
It was fated to be.
It
Yeah.
pissed him off real hard.
The second you suggested he could become a menial, just like,
I'm not going back. I'm not going back to that home. No, prepare to fire.
Captain, we need to
that,
take
like
him
as
out.
as that happens, you see one of the sensorium auspex operators turn. Captain, I'm detecting a power surge from inside the vessel.
Train cannons on that source of power and get ready to fire.
Captain, it's and as you're watching, like you see the Melchior's suddenly turns and the lithocast fades out. And as that happens, you can see around the vessel, Melchior's utterly dark black inquisitorial vessel, lines of red flames seem to be going or spidering the vessel before a section of it bursts into flame and then another section bursts into flame. And within just maybe a few moments, Lord Inquisitor Melchior's vessel completely explodes.
What the hell was that?
The good old Vanis Temple.
Well, it looks like there was a detonation from within their weapons stores.
Blasted old fool, why couldn't he see reason? What a waste.
What a rotten way to die.
Well,
But he deserved it.
in some ways, it's good.
There's another communication coming in. It's from the Marengo, sir.
Open it up.
Another hololithic visage appears as the stark form of Interrogator Landon reappears. Hello?
Hail, Landon. I trust you've seen what has occurred.
Yes, it is done. This affair is done. Harlan's will is done.
Well, suppose there's not much more to it at this point, other than for me to give a debriefing tour on what happened.
Yes. By the end of the day, you will be coming here, and we will be going back to meet the Inquisitor together. You, me, and the info site.
Of course, Imelda's coming along.
Yes. She is one of the Inquisitor's operatives in this sphere.
Is she now?
I apologize, I could not tell you.
Of course she would have encyclopedic knowledge of all my goings-on and all that. I'm going to have some words for Harlan when I get back. I've had it up to here with this nonsense.
Well, perhaps, but my understanding is that when you meet with Harlan, you shall be doing so in my role, as you will be taking over as interrogator.
What's the matter, Landon? Retiring?
No, I have been given a commission. It appears now there might be some openings in the Inquisition in this sector. And I can think of no one better to be my replacement than you, Reeb.
Well, Landon, it is greatly appreciated. Finally, enjoying that notion. Before we depart, I would encourage you to come over for tea. Bring Imelda over as well. I could use the company.
I'm afraid not. I have received word from the Magnamorum Victorium. Once they arrive, you are to travel there for an immediate debrief with Catcher Van Nord.
I trust my compatriots are coming along with this as well?
Yes, all of your group, apparently. Well, once that is done, you will come to our vessel. And then we will depart this system. I look forward to seeing you, friend. The Hololith cuts out.
Well, likewise, Landon, I suppose. Oh well. Tea on suspense, I guess.
I suppose that means that you will be leaving the debt collector.
Yeah, for a time. I have the distinct feeling we're going to cross paths again, regardless. After all, I would like to point out that you all have an immense propensity for getting yourselves into various, not only heretical, potentially Xenos-related heretical incidents. It'd only be natural that I come back here to keep an eye on things. I'll be sure to raise that to her when we have our discussion.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Sad as it will be.
I imagine there'll be a lot of explaining to do in regards to bringing the Fuckerby back alive, but I think in this instance him being... I think they'll understand.
The man took over an entire planet. I think it's fair to call him a security risk.
Yes, indeed. And Reeb's just gently wiping the heel of his boot off against, the edge of a nearby surface.
Acceptable losses, as it were.
Time passes. The Magnamorum Victorium arrives. Other vessels begin to move out. Departures occur. Our dear friend Chunkus is one of the first to depart, returning back to the Arbites to travel back into service of the Imperium. Each of you have a brief moment to speak with him before he departs.
Chunkus.
At the same time.
That's when we leave.
Friends. Turns around.
We're already gone.
Chunk ass.
Chunk ass.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We can keep that.
Go on.
How is life in the Imperial Guard?
Oh, Trunkus is with the Imperial Guard.
What is your job?
Trunkus is head... Fuck it, what are the cop people again? Like the
Arbites.
Arbites. What's it, the head Arbite guy?
Judge. The head
Chonkus is
supreme
judge now.
judge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is judge
Chonkus is
now.
a judge now.
You're
Chonkus
the
dis-
head judge?
Yes. Chonkus dishes out justice and fairness where he goes.
Yeah,
Chonkus
you're probably
is
qualified
the
for
law.
that.
I believe.
Chonkus is the raw.
You know, Chonkus, we have not known each other long, but your great strength and strangely high intelligence for an Ogren have seen us victorious in 2 very deadly situations. I have no doubt we will meet again, and probably crack some skulls and show some who's it's what's what.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Chonkus would love to bump heads with you.
Me too. And I will put a hand on his enormous, huge, muscular shoulder.
Chonkus will headbutt Pie.
Yeah, headbutt, just crashing metal and like splitting skulls. And Chonkus is bleeding. There's oil coming out. You die.
Chonkus is taken onto the shuttle in the stretcher. We cut a bit later on, Braine waking up from the impact himself, having been knocked out.
He's been
Clearly,
out for 10 years. Everyone's moved on.
the Arvis has now moved on to the Magnum Aurum Victorious, where you are woken up by Reeb and Captain Zedek, who have kind of slapped you enough to get you back into consciousness as you have boarded Catcha Van Nord's vessel.
Vamos, right, where are we?
We're here.
Okay.
Slept the entire way through.
Yes, Chonkus' head is made of powerful material. Unfortunately, his flesh is weak, which is a tactical disadvantage.
Get over it.
I am trying.
As you exit the Arvis onto Catch's vessel, a line of stormtroopers comes to attention, each holding hell guns, and they form a procession along almost the entirety of the ship towards Catcha Van Nord's meeting platform.
Wow. We're getting the royal treatment. Or we might be about to be executed.
No,
was
we're not
thinking
getting
the same
bloody
thing.
executed, Pie. That'd be a waste of time.
I agree.
I mean, they thought it fit to blow up an entire planet even after we saved the day, so never counted out.
He did. He's dead, along with the entirety of his ship. We're fine. Stop worrying.
You carry on walking the entirety of the vessel, coming to the immense rectangular raised area that you've climbed many times before. You walk up the outer edge stairs, eventually reaching the top, where you would expect to see Catcha Van Nord. But instead, there is nothing. And you come onto an empty planet.
I don't like this.
Assassination theory is back in business.
Shh.
And in a moment of crackling light, the hololithic projection emerges into being in the center of the floor, creating the holographic form of Catcha Van Nord, who, with her mecha dendrites waving, greetings, you have come.
That we have. We can see that you have not.
I apologize. I am currently on board one of the vessels of the Holy Primarchs that are making their way through this system. They wish they could have attended here, but they could not. So I am here to meet in your stead. Though, I say I am confused. There are only 3 of you here, and I expected to see 4.
Yes. Unfortunately, we lost Lorn during the altercation on the surface.
She instinctively uses her mechadendrites to clutch the diamond at her neck. Oh. A true hero to the Imperium.
He always was.
But I have received reports, many reports, that indicate that you have defeated a grave threat to the Imperium. You have done great work for the Crusade. Fimbria was not only safe for the Primarchs to transition through, but it seems you dealt with many problems here that would have required their attention. It seems you have also dealt with this Xenos threat, which will now be investigated, and hopefully a way of disposing of it discovered that will not unleash this nightmare terror upon us.
Yes, I would encourage you to get a Xenos Inquisitor who is not so keen to orbitably bombard something he doesn't understand.
Yes, we are going to create a cordon to prevent any from attempting to attack the planet. This place must be preserved and properly studied so that we do not risk this thing getting out, or another would-be Slabbergo-de-Fuckerby to appear and attempt to tame its power for themselves. But that is a struggle for others, not for you. You have done well, and have served the Crusade honorably, and in the future shall be considered again for Crusade service should the time be needed. But for now, per the Primarch's orders, your obligations to the Crusade are now at an end.
We are being fired?
No. Each of you is being allocated. I believe, from what I've heard, Reeb, you are to take up the position of interrogator for an Inquisitor. A promotion of great magnitude, which will take you away from our efforts. And perhaps you will be involved in whatever is happening with the Inquisition. I don't quite know if it is still around or not, but things are very in motion with that organization. They could use your steady head.
Well, if anything is considered around here, we're down one gung-ho Inquisitor. I suppose we'd best to have someone replace him in that regard.
Yes, and, well, I have on board my vessel someone who is to meet with you, High Braine.
Hmm?
From your own Forge world, Acolyte Ro Hector has arrived.
Oh.
It appears you are being recalled to your Forge world for upgrades.
Oh. Yes! Yes, this is very good! You see, I keep telling everyone how great Lemuria is, and have I been a big hero and good at tech priesting?
It appears that you are indeed to return to Lemuria for formal training as a full-fledged priest of the cult Mechanicus.
You know, I was wondering when I was going to get that. I had to do everything on my own. This is most auspicious, and thank you for telling me this. I'm very excited. Okay, now Zedek's turn.
I don't think there's anything left to really give me. Where do you need me to go next?
Captain Zedek, you are a rogue trader. You have served your contract to this crusade to the utmost of your abilities. However, following certain financial discrepancies that were noticed, it appears that several terrible acts, including lack of vacation days, lack of payment in some cases, and, well, various untenable maintenance situations and various untenable situations in the lower decks require new management. So, I hope you will not... She pauses as though thinking of the way to say this. That you will not be upset with the decision that has been reached regarding your warrant of trade. But we hope it will not be too much of an inconvenience for you to take ownership of these terrible actions that have taken place on board the Marengo. Prefect Amalda was very clear in all of the details of what sorts of terrible things were occurring on board that vessel, and, well, we saw the exemplary record of your vessel, and it was the Crusade's decision that you be upgraded to a fleet master, and that you take ownership of that vessel.
Absolutely.
In addition to your own fleet, of course, given, again, the exemplary record of the debt collector based on these documents.
But of course, what captain would I be if I did not take ownership for the shortcomings of another ship under my management? Surely, this will not happen again.
Yes, I believe that Mistress Lecoq has already vacated the vessel with some sort of arguments, taking one of her other vessels. I believe there was a vow of vengeance involved, but truly no vengeance is needed, as this is simply a matter of due diligence. She was not up to the task of maintaining a vessel. Well, clearly you are.
Of course. And I am so gracious to see that you recognize that. Thank you.
Well, while this is happening, Reeb quietly turns away from the rest of them and is just kind of like thumbing through his own data slate, just clicking a checkbox next to everything and hitting a trash can next to it.
Delete.
That's no good. It contradicts this.
Now, there is still one final item. It is with great honor, great ceremony, that I bestow upon each of you three here 250,000 points. And like as she says this, the like screen pops up with the point tallies bumping all of you up to the top of the points brackets. Your team reaching the top.
Yes! You see me now, Lorn? Do you see me?
Ah, yes. Lorn, the Psyker. The one, the abominant mutant of our society, necessary but loathed. And yet he did his service for his emperor and his imperium. To Lorn, we grant the boon of 1,000,000 points. And Lorn's name just like goes to the top of the list right above Pi. Ding!
Salute the flag of Lorn.
Like a camera would just have like a background shot at some point. There's like the golden ghostly thing of Lorn somewhere in a corner going like, yes, fuck you, fucking me, yeah, fuck, yeah, I'm so fucking ignorant, fuck, yeah, eat my dick.
Yeah, it's like Metal Gear Solid 3, where like you like can take the camera in the scenes and you can see like the ghosts nearby.
I see you, Sorrow!
Yeah. So he's hanging out like the Sorrow, like, yeah, fuck!
And like with the spectral voice of Lorn, we fade to black, and then cut to the hangar of the debt collector with two shuttles, no longer Arvis lighters, but proper, well-armed Imperial gunships. One bound for an Adeptus Mechanicus vessel that has entered system to bring Braine back home to Lemuria, and one bound to another more mysterious vessel for Reeb Van Horn. And inside this lonely hangar now is simply our three remaining intrepid band of chucklefucks and one small child. Tater Tot standing at Captain Zedek's side as the three say their goodbyes.
It has been a very long and arduous road, but I have come to know no finer gentleman than you. And though we may be diverging our paths for now, it is my hope that fate will see us reunited yet again in due time, and especially after both a well-deserved rest and well-deserved promotion. I will be keeping tabs on all of you, like you've been keeping tabs on all of us. And know that you're always with my ship. Plus, I need you back, because I can't run this shit show without you, bud.
Also gotta come back for me. I'll miss you too much.
Sure thing, child. Sure thing. And Captain, I feel you shall have a hard time keeping tabs on me. You will find keeping tabs on the Inquisition is harder than it looks.
Look, it's the thought that counts. Just take the fucking compliment.
Oh, bloody fine, I will.
Thank you.
It's been fun, Captain. No, I think I'm going to stop lying, Captain. This was not fun. Hanging with you all, however, as it were, was quite fun.
I agree.
Hey, Reeb.
Yes, Pi.
Back in the underwater fake Lemuria, we had a bit of an encounter, and, you said that you were not my friend, and I'm sure you meant it, but I wanted you to know that you are still my friend, and I hope you consider me the same.
I'll tell you what, Pi. As soon as the burn scar heals, I'll consider it. Reeb is going to smile at that, indicating he kind of means that.
Yeah, boy! And I'm going to give him a big old hug. That's very good. I'm sorry, I get excited. It is my excitement cogitator is right next to my murder cogitator. They get crossed. But this is good. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, quiet, stop, I need that arm.
Okay, all right. I'll release him from the hydraulic hug. I'm going to turn to little Tater Tot. Little Tater Tot. I knew that I had promised to teach you the ways of the Adeptus Mechanicus. And I indeed will one day. I'm sure, if you wish it. But Captain Zedek is the greatest man I have ever known. And he is a great hero and leader, and even when he fucks up and, is a loser, it's still really cool, because he always learns from his mistakes. And I do not think I would have ever become a tech priest for realsies if it was not for him. So there is no one I can think of that would be able to raise you. And on top of that, he is very rich. So that's cool too.
All right. I hope you come back, though.
I will. I promise, tiny man. Someday soon, you will have metal arms and legs and such. It will be very cool.
All
Captain.
right.
As a suggestion, if we are parting for the last time, and I encourage you to take this to heart, because of all the things that I have seen and all the appalling things aboard your vessel in terms of upkeep and fair wages and other things that I, was keeping track of but elected to spare the moment from instead of telling Cathy Van Nord about how much of a shit show it was aboard here. Of all of the things that have been difficult aboard this vessel, please hire a better tailor. For the Emperor's sake, man.
It's kind of embarrassing.
They were heirloom pants. But you know what?
Must have more
You know what? Sometimes we need to let things go. The past is where we keep what might have been. It's time to get better pants.
Yes. Please.
Captain Zedek,
Yes, Pi?
you are my captain, and we will meet again very soon. In fact, well, I'm not supposed to give you this, but I'm going to rustle into my coat and pull out a small slate that has the coordinates of Forge World Lemuria on it. I am technically not allowed or supposed to give this out on account of all of the reasons. Because, it didn't really come up, but, Lemuria makes, Reeb, look over there real quick.
Zedek will lean in.
Yeah. Lemuria makes, all of the Assassinorum weapons.
Oh, I get it.
We make bad shit to cover our ass.
Oh.
Yeah. So, don't tell anyone.
Tell anyone what?
That's the ticket. Okay. Well,
I'm honored that you think of me like that, Pipe, and I suppose you, if anybody else, deserves a parting trinket from me too. And Zedek will reach into his coat and ruffle around. He's had a couple things tucked away. On his left breast, he reaches and unpins a medal given to him long ago, back essentially when he first took service of the ship after, well, things happened and he got the warrant, and he'll place it in Pi's hand. I have had this as long as I have had this ship, which, in relative terms, is not very long, but it was the first accolade I ever received. Period.
oh,
Think of me when you're becoming a tech priest. And hopefully, the next time we meet up, you'll already be on your way to making a fine Magos Dominus.
I know I'm going to have 6 arms, and I'm gonna be 10 feet tall, and I'll give you all of the cool refuse and contraband, and you can sell it, and we'll make a lot of money.
Yes, I am not hearing any of this.
I mean, doing normal things for normal people.
Boarding time is commencing.
Yes, come along. And bring the come on, bring her along too. I'm not leaving her aboard this death trap.
Yeah, so of course the stasis unit is hauled onto your shuttle, Reeb, and then you can see Ro Hector waving from the back of the shuttle towards you, Braine, as the 2 shuttles are getting ready to take off.
Thurston, real quick. Just one final thing from Reeb, because he would never say so in public, and it's very small. On Zedek's, I suppose aboard his, in his room, on top of one of his chest of drawers, there will be 1 teacup there, and next to wherever Pi ends up sitting aboard his shuttle, he will also find a teacup there. One of his collection, of course. For later.
And of course, what we see and how this comes to an end is the 2 of you enter your respective shuttles. Braine, you sit down to see the teacup. Reeb, you come down to see the stasis unit placed in front of you, and for the first time, the figure inside seems to turn her head inside the unit, turning slightly and then eyes opening to look at you as though for the first time. Tater Tot and Tater Tot and Captain Zedek stand as the shuttles begin to lift off and take off to parts unknown. And Tater Tot begins to wave happily at both of the shuttles. And of course, between the two shuttles, one final time as Tater Tot waves, sees the aurum specter of an old man with a staff standing between and walking out with the shuttles into the great beyond. And Tater Tot waves, and with that, we fade to black.
And that's it.
Hell yeah!
Congratulations, everyone.
Right.
We got to episode 30.
Holy crap.
You
we
freaking did it. Thanks to all the people.
Holy butts.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I know.
So this was made by Skelly Bean. So thank you, Skelly Bean, for the fantastic art.
Fucking awesome art.
And everything else. So we're gonna have a special thing here in a bit after we do our final blurbs and stuff like that here.
Seriously, don't
so-
go anywhere.
Yeah, like seriously, don't. You want to see our last little thing and stuff
No,
like that.
leave.
Don't
But-
turn that dial now.
Yeah. So first off, thank you so much, Speaker, for playing Pie Braine.
Thank you so much.
Where can they
It's been
find
my
you?
Pleasure. You guys can find me on Twitter. I have an ad as well. I'll tell you it once I stop tearing up. You can find me at Super Snake Kick. You can find me at YouTube at Speaker D. Of course, there's no videos there, but there will be hopefully sometime soon. And you can find what myself and Earndil and Alphabusa are working on Alphabusa's channel. And you can find constant updates on our newest series, which I think I've never named in this yet, but I'm more than happy to name it. It is called Hunter the Parenting, with quite a few familiar faces you might recall. So please check that out on Patreon if you'd like to see that. And I just want to let everyone here and everyone in the audience know that I love you very much. And thank you for going on this journey with us.
Earndil, thank you so much for playing Reeb Van Horn. You want to
Thank you for having me.
I can find you.
You can find me in hell. No, you can find me on Twitter at Earndilio. I do much the same thing the Speaker does there. I just shit around, occasionally post about work as necessary. Obviously, we aren't posting much, just because we don't have, well, anything going on at the moment. But we're working on stuff. It's not quite all there yet, and for updates, of course, just keep an eye out on Alpha's Patreon. Seriously, that's the best place for it. And I do want to send a special thanks to all the artists, like all of them. I'm talking Garrett, Skelly, Magnifico, everyone really. Jamie too. Seriously, anyone. Even the fucking dorks in the fan art section who plague me with Hatsume Ariel nonsense. Which, by the way, fun fact. I play up my hatred of it because I actually like seeing it get fucking wrecked. Correct. Because artists make this whole process, it makes it good. This is like, it is half the whole fucking thing, because you have any idea how irritating theater of the mind is? Do you have any idea? Do you? It's very important. And everyone is so extraordinarily skillful at it. And I really wanted to say that because I genuinely think the marrying of everything that Zoran and Thurston does, as well as everything that all of our artists do, both fan and, professionally hired artists, is of the highest quality. Sincerely. And I mean that, and I've been at this a while. So don't you take my words as bullshit. I'm not bullshitting. You want me to bullshit? I'll go to the toilet. I'll show you bullshit. That ain't bullshit. You're all important, and you're all incredible. Thank you.
And Hulky, thank you so much for playing Captain Zedek, our resident rogue trader. Where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Twitter at HulkyKrow, posting funny memes there. But most often, at least for right now, you can find me on the WarHams community Discord. Again, we should have a link popping up there sometime in the next.
Just join my Discord. There's a link in there.
yeah, we'll get you taken care of if you need directions to it. But just palling around, making funny jokes, hanging out with all of you, again, echoing the same sentiments. This has made so much more fulfilling, enjoyable. Every possible positive word and laud that I could give to the show it's all because of you guys too. We have I have come so far as well. I'd never expected to be at this point either, but it's because of all of you who've come out in support of us, who've just had fun week after week watching our shenanigans and fuckery, chuckle fuckery, as it were. And we couldn't have done it, and I certainly couldn't have done it without all of you. Again, super special shout out to all the artists, Skelly, Magni, Jamie, Revi, Dan Swore. I know I'm missing some other people in here. Buzz, of course, Buzz, our resident musician too. You are all phenomenal. If I did miss you, I'm very sorry, but all of you are just absolutely incredible. You make my heart sing. And everybody else here in chat or listening in Discord or wherever you might be, know that I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope that you keep sticking around to see what kind of shenanigans we got up to next. Because God, I want you to be there with us. And of course, I don't want to drag this out any further, but much love to all of you guys. I couldn't ask for a better group of friends to do this with.
I feel the same way.
And thank you, Thurston, for being our game master through this. Where can they find you?
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. You can find me at all the things at On Call GM. I've started streaming because part of this has actually been just kind of finding a community here and people I like hanging out with, and so I've been hanging out with some of you out there on my stream, which is on Call GM. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, like just we're not going anywhere. Like we're taking a bit of break to not break break. We're not doing shows this slot for a bit as we prep for our new campaign, and we look to bring all of you more content. I know I'm busting my ass off. A lot of people are busting their asses off for us to keep this going. And while the 40K story ends here, this is not the end of WarHams. This is not the end of hopefully bringing all of you a lot of joy. And I mean, I can't just echo enough what my fellow castmates have said here, just with regards to the artists, the fans, the people who again just DM me, private message me, tweet me, and all of us honestly. But just the outrush of support has been immense, and it's just you make this so worth it to do. If I run games for Chucklefuck friends all the time, but this is the band of Chucklefucks, and the fact that you come here and listen to us and get enjoyment and through all of that still support us is unbelievable. And you're all just fantastic people. And whilst again this might be coming to its close, we are by no means done, and I look forward to all the other stories that we're going to tell and all the other things that we are going to do together as the big WarHams family that we are.
And for people who haven't looked up on what we are doing in the future, me and Thurston are making a custom setting that we can kind of nearly use anywhere that is applicable. So if you guys are interested, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/warhams, and you can go and view Rock Grind. Rock Grind is going to be the new setting that we do. We have all the information there. It is something that we are very passionate to work on. And everything else.
It's going to be so cool. You have no idea.
Stay tuned to our Twitter. Stay tuned to our website, warhams.tv. Stay tuned on the Patreon. We'll be making public update posts as we go. And if you are a patron, you will be getting behind the scenes stuff on it. Everything else. And remember, we are continuing with Warham's Fantasy for now. We are still finishing that, so we are not 100% gone yet. But Warham's Fantasy is what we do on the other Saturdays. And you can always check it on the website, on the schedule, to find exactly when we're live. It's the best way to kind of figure out things and everything. Yeah. The other piece of art, like, forgive me, I'm trying to hold myself together so I don't get this going. I think I also asked Skelly Bean to make as a poster, just something to where I'll try my best to try to find the best way to get this to people. We're probably going to have to put in like a merch store or something and then like let it go. Skelly really busted her butt off to really get this going. And this is what it looks like. Skelly did a phenomenal job on it and everything. She busted her ass off on it. So say thank you, Skelly Bean, for the fantastic poster.
Yeah.
So good.
So we'll try to get that to people along with some other neat little bits and bobs of art and everything else for that. So with that, thank you everybody. We hope you had a wonderful time here. And we'll see you next time.
Got one more thing.
Oh, we do.
Last thing.
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and play the thing.
It is the 42nd millennium. For more than 100 centuries, I have sat immobile on the golden throne of Terra. I am the Carrion Lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed each day, so that I may never truly die. Time and time again, you have heard this. Time and time again, you have been warned. There is no peace amongst these stars. Only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. Yet still, you have fought. As one, you have marched forward to meet this bleak and dismal horizon. This age of futility promises nothing. For in the grim darkness of the far future, there can be no victor. You have known this, and still, you have fought. Destroyers, survivors, faithful, damned, warriors of the dark millennium. I cannot say there was ever a purpose. But know this, even here, drowned beneath the tide of war, there is hope, there is love, there is bravery, there is compassion. Buried deeper still, there is not faith, there is will. The will to stand defiant against an unbeatable foe. To fight madness and cruelty and hatred and despair, with every ounce of your being, even if you are destined to lose. Though dim in this dark age, even here, these embers burn. And if this fire must fade, then it will fade. But so long as it burns. Children of mankind. It may burn brighter still. Fire and flame. We are one.